Welcome to the Art of Connection, Mastering Mindful Communication, where the journey to transforming your relationships and deepening your understanding of interpersonal dynamics begins. Through the thoughtful curation of mindful literary, this book illuminates the often overlooked yet profound impact of mindful communication in our lives. It serves as a compass for navigating the complexities of human interaction, offering a path to more meaningful and fulfilling connections. In the Art of Connection, we explore the transformative power of words, listening, and presence. With practical advice, real-life examples, and guided exercises, we embark on a journey of self-discovery. This guide will help you recognize the patterns of communication that serve as barriers to true connection and teach you how to cultivate a positive, empathetic, and authentic way of interacting with others. From understanding the subtle nuances of body language to embracing the strength found in silence, each chapter builds upon the next, providing a comprehensive exploration of how to use communication as a tool for connection and growth. Whether you're seeking to improve personal relationships, enhance your professional interactions, or simply understand the silent language that binds us all, the Art of Connection offers invaluable insights into making every conversation count. As we turn the pages together, you'll learn not just to speak and listen, but to truly connect. Let's begin this journey towards mastering mindful communication and discover how changing the way we communicate can transform our lives. Chapter 1: The Power of Words. The Impact of Language. Language is a powerful tool that shapes our thoughts, emotions, and interactions with others. The words we choose to use can have a profound impact on our relationships, both positively and negatively. In this chapter, we will explore the significance of language in mindful communication and how it can heal, harm, or transform our connections with others. The power of words. Words have the power to inspire, motivate, and uplift others. They can bring comfort, joy, and healing to those who hear them. On the other hand, words can also wound, divide, and create distance between individuals. The impact of language goes beyond mere communication. It shapes our perceptions, beliefs, and actions. When we speak mindfully, we choose our words carefully, considering their potential impact on others. We become aware of the power our words hold and the responsibility that comes with using them. Mindful communication involves speaking with intention, authenticity, and empathy. Healing and transforming connections. Language has the ability to heal and transform our connections with others. When we use words that are kind, compassionate, and understanding, we create an environment of trust and safety. Our words can provide solace to those who are hurting, offer encouragement to those who are struggling, and inspire others to reach their full potential. Furthermore, language can also be a catalyst for personal growth and transformation. By expressing our thoughts, feelings, and experiences through words, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. Through open and honest communication, we can bridge the gap between different perspectives and foster a sense of unity and connection. Harmful effects of words. While words have the power to heal and transform, they can also cause harm if used without mindfulness. Negative or hurtful words can leave lasting scars on individuals, damaging their self-esteem, relationships, and overall well-being. It is important to recognize the potential harm that our words can inflict and to take responsibility for the impact they have on others. In addition to the immediate harm caused by hurtful words, the long-term effects can be equally damaging. Negative language can create a cycle of negativity, perpetuating conflict, resentment, and disconnection. It is crucial to break this cycle by cultivating awareness and choosing our words mindfully. Choosing words mindfully. Mindful communication involves consciously choosing our words to create a positive and supportive environment. It requires us to be aware of the impact our words may have on others and to consider their feelings and perspectives. By choosing our words mindfully, we can foster understanding, empathy, and connection. To choose our words mindfully, we can start by pausing before speaking and reflecting on our intentions. Are we speaking from a place of kindness, authenticity, and empathy? Are our words aligned with our values and the impact we want to have on others? Taking a moment to consider these questions can help us communicate more effectively and build stronger connections. In conclusion, language is a powerful tool that can heal, harm, or transform our connections with others. By understanding the impact of our words and choosing them mindfully, we can create a positive and supportive environment for meaningful and authentic communication. In the next section, we will explore the art of active listening and its role in fostering understanding and connection. Healing and transforming connections. In our daily lives, we often underestimate the power of our words. We may not realize the profound impact they can have on our relationships, our own well-being, and the world around us. Words have the ability to heal, transform, and even harm our connections with others. In this chapter, we will explore the healing and transformative potential of our words and how we can use mindful communication to create deeper and more meaningful connections. The healing power of words. Words have the power to heal. When used with intention and compassion, they can bring comfort, solace, and understanding to those who are hurting. A simple phrase of empathy or encouragement can provide immense support to someone going through a difficult time. By choosing our words mindfully, we can create a safe space for others to express their emotions and share their experiences. Consider a situation where a friend is going through a breakup. Instead of offering empty platitudes or dismissing their feelings, we can choose to use words that acknowledge their pain and validate their emotions. By saying, "I can only imagine how difficult this must be for you. I'm here for you, and I'm ready to listen whenever you need to talk." We are offering a healing presence through our words. This simple act of mindful communication can provide comfort and support to our friend during that challenging time. Transforming connections through words. Not only can words heal, but they also have the power to transform our connections with others. When we choose our words carefully and speak from a place of authenticity and vulnerability, we create an environment of trust and openness. By expressing our true thoughts and feelings, we invite others to do the same, fostering deeper and more meaningful connections. Imagine a scenario where a colleague has made a mistake that has affected the entire team. Instead of resorting to blame or criticism, we can choose to approach the situation with empathy and understanding. By using words that convey our concern for their well-being and our belief in their ability to learn from the experience, we can transform the dynamic from one of judgment to one of growth and support. Through this mindful communication, we not only help our colleague learn from their mistake but also strengthen our connection with them. The harmful effects of words. While words have the potential to heal and transform, they can also cause harm if used without thought or consideration. Negative or hurtful words can leave lasting scars on our relationships and erode trust and connection. It is essential to recognize the harmful effects of our words and take responsibility for the impact they have on others. In moments of anger or frustration, we may be tempted to lash out with hurtful words. However, it is crucial to pause and reflect on the potential consequences of our speech. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, we can choose to respond rather than react, using words that promote understanding and resolution instead of causing further harm. Choosing words mindfully. Mindful communication begins with the conscious choice of our words. By cultivating awareness of our thoughts and emotions, we can ensure that our words align with our intentions and values. Mindful speech involves speaking truthfully, kindly, and with integrity. When we speak truthfully, we communicate authentically and honestly. This means expressing our thoughts and feelings without exaggeration or distortion. By speaking truthfully, we build trust and create a foundation for genuine connection. Speaking kindly involves using words that uplift, encourage, and support others. It means avoiding gossip, criticism, and judgment. By choosing kindness in our speech, we create an atmosphere of positivity and compassion, fostering stronger and more harmonious relationships. Aligning our words with our intentions and values requires self-reflection and self-awareness. It involves examining our motives behind our speech and ensuring that our words are in line with our beliefs and principles. By speaking in alignment with our values, we cultivate authenticity and integrity in our connections with others. In the next chapter, we will explore the art of active listening and how it complements mindful communication. By truly listening to others, we can deepen our connections and foster understanding and empathy. Harmful effects of words. Words have the power to shape our reality, influence our emotions, and impact our relationships. They can heal, inspire, and uplift, but they can also harm, divide, and destroy. In this section, we will explore the harmful effects of words and how they can negatively impact our connections with others. The weight of negative words. Negative words have a profound impact on both the speaker and the listener. When we use harsh or hurtful language, we create a barrier between ourselves and the person we are communicating with. Negative words can erode trust, damage self-esteem, and create distance in relationships. For the speaker, negative words can perpetuate a cycle of negativity. When we express ourselves through anger, criticism, or blame, we reinforce negative thought patterns and emotions within ourselves. This can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and a general sense of dissatisfaction in our lives. Words as weapons. Words can be used as weapons, inflicting emotional pain and causing lasting damage. Verbal abuse, insults, and derogatory language can leave deep scars on the recipient, affecting their self-worth and overall well-being. The wounds caused by hurtful words can take a long time to heal, and in some cases, they may never fully disappear. It is important to recognize that the impact of harmful words extends beyond the immediate interaction. Negative words can linger in our minds, replaying over and over again, and affecting our self-perception. They can also shape our beliefs about others, leading to prejudice, discrimination, and the perpetuation of harmful stereotypes. Words and emotional well-being. The words we use not only affect our relationships with others but also have a significant impact on our own emotional well-being. When we engage in negative self-talk or use self-deprecating language, we reinforce negative beliefs about ourselves. This can lead to feelings of worthlessness, low self-esteem, and a lack of confidence. Furthermore, the words we choose to express our emotions can either amplify or alleviate our emotional experiences. When we use words that are harsh, judgmental, or dismissive, we intensify negative emotions such as anger, sadness, or frustration. On the other hand, when we use words that are compassionate, understanding, and validating, we can help to soothe and heal our emotional wounds. Words and relationships. Our words play a crucial role in the quality of our relationships. When we consistently use negative or hurtful language towards others, we create a toxic environment that erodes trust and intimacy. Communication becomes strained, and genuine connection becomes difficult to achieve. Moreover, the impact of harmful words can extend beyond the immediate relationship. Negative words can create a ripple effect, affecting the way others perceive and interact with the person who spoke them. This can lead to a breakdown in social connections, isolation, and a sense of being misunderstood or rejected. The power of apology and forgiveness. When we recognize the harmful effects of our words, it is important to take responsibility for our actions and seek to repair the damage we have caused. Offering a sincere apology can go a long way in healing the wounds created by hurtful words. It shows that we acknowledge the impact of our words and genuinely regret the pain we have caused. Equally important is the act of forgiveness. When we forgive others for the harm they have caused with their words, we release ourselves from the burden of resentment and anger. Forgiveness allows us to move forward, rebuild trust, and create a more positive and compassionate communication dynamic. Choosing words mindfully. To minimize the harmful effects of our words, it is essential to cultivate mindfulness in our communication. Mindful communication involves being aware of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions before we speak. It requires us to pause, reflect, and choose our words carefully, considering their potential impact on ourselves and others. By choosing words mindfully, we can foster understanding, empathy, and connection. We can express ourselves authentically while also being sensitive to the feelings and needs of others. Mindful communication allows us to create a safe and nurturing space for open dialogue, where everyone's voice is heard and respected. In the next section, we will explore the strategies and techniques for listening with intention, which is a crucial aspect of mindful communication. By developing our listening skills, we can deepen our understanding of others and cultivate more meaningful connections. Choosing words mindfully. Words have the power to shape our reality. They can inspire, uplift, and bring people together, but they can also hurt, divide, and create distance. In this chapter, we will explore the importance of choosing our words mindfully and the impact they can have on our relationships and the world around us. The power of language. Language is a powerful tool that allows us to express our thoughts, emotions, and ideas. It is through language that we connect with others and share our experiences. However, it is essential to recognize that words are not just empty vessels. They carry meaning and can evoke strong emotions. The power of language lies in its ability to shape our perceptions, beliefs, and actions. When we choose our words mindfully, we can create a positive and nurturing environment for communication. Our words can inspire trust, empathy, and understanding, fostering deeper connections with others. On the other hand, careless or hurtful words can cause harm, create misunderstandings, and damage relationships. The impact of words. Words have the power to influence not only our relationships but also our own well-being. When we use positive and uplifting language, we can boost our own self-esteem and the confidence of those around us. Conversely, negative or critical words can erode our self-worth and create a toxic atmosphere. Moreover, the impact of words extends beyond our immediate interactions. In today's interconnected world, our words can reach a wide audience through social media and other platforms. What we say online can have far-reaching consequences, shaping public opinion and influencing societal norms. Therefore, it is crucial to be mindful of the words we choose, both in our personal interactions and in our online presence. The art of mindful communication. Mindful communication is about being aware of the words we use, the tone of our voice, and the intention behind our speech. It involves pausing before speaking, considering the impact of our words, and choosing them consciously. By practicing mindful communication, we can cultivate deeper connections, resolve conflicts more effectively, and create a more harmonious and compassionate world. To engage in mindful communication, we must first develop self-awareness. This involves paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations as we communicate. By being present in the moment, we can better understand our own biases, triggers, and patterns of communication. This self-awareness allows us to choose our words more intentionally and avoid reacting impulsively. The practice of choosing words mindfully. Choosing words mindfully requires practice and intention. Here are some strategies to help you cultivate this skill. Reflect before speaking. Take a moment to reflect on what you want to say and why. Consider the impact your words may have on the other person and the relationship. Ask yourself if your words are true, necessary, and kind. Use positive language. Instead of focusing on what is wrong or negative, try to frame your words in a positive and constructive manner. Use words that uplift, encourage, and inspire. Practice active listening. Before responding, listen attentively to what the other person is saying. Seek to understand their perspective fully. This will help you choose your words more effectively and respond in a way that promotes understanding and connection. Be aware of nonverbal cues. Communication is not just about words. It also involves nonverbal cues such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. Pay attention to these cues and ensure that they align with the message you want to convey. Seek feedback. Ask for feedback from trusted friends, family members, or colleagues on how your words impact them. This can provide valuable insights into areas where you can improve your communication skills. Remember, choosing words mindfully is an ongoing practice. It requires patience, self-reflection, and a commitment to personal growth. By cultivating this skill, you can create a more compassionate and connected world, one word at a time. Chapter 2: Listening with Intention. The art of active listening. Listening is a fundamental aspect of communication, yet it is often overlooked or undervalued. In our fast-paced and distracted world, we often find ourselves only partially present in conversations, waiting for our turn to speak or allowing our minds to wander. However, active listening is a skill that can greatly enhance our connections with others and deepen our understanding of their experiences and perspectives. Active listening involves not only hearing the words being spoken but also paying attention to the speaker's nonverbal cues, such as body language and tone of voice. It requires setting aside our own agenda and fully immersing ourselves in the present moment, giving our undivided attention to the person speaking. By doing so, we create a safe and supportive space for them to express themselves fully. To practice active listening, start by eliminating distractions. Put away your phone, turn off the television, and find a quiet space where you can focus solely on the conversation at hand. Maintain eye contact with the speaker, nodding and using other nonverbal cues to show that you are engaged and interested. Avoid interrupting or interjecting your own thoughts and opinions unless invited to do so. Another important aspect of active listening is reflecting back what you have heard. This can be done by paraphrasing or summarizing the speaker's words to ensure that you have understood them correctly. For example, you might say, "It sounds like you're feeling frustrated because your ideas were not taken into consideration during the meeting." This not only demonstrates that you are actively listening but also allows the speaker to clarify or expand on their thoughts if needed. Empathetic listening goes beyond active listening by seeking to understand and connect with the speaker on a deeper level. It involves putting yourself in their shoes and trying to experience the world from their perspective. This requires not only listening to their words but also tuning into their emotions and underlying needs. To practice empathetic listening, cultivate an open and non-judgmental mindset. Suspend your own assumptions and biases, and approach the conversation with genuine curiosity and a willingness to learn. Show empathy by acknowledging and validating the speaker's emotions, even if you may not fully understand or agree with them. For example, you might say, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed and uncertain about the future. That must be really challenging." Creating understanding through listening involves actively seeking to bridge the gap between different perspectives and experiences. It requires suspending judgment and being open to new ideas and ways of thinking. By listening attentively and empathetically, we can gain a deeper understanding of others' viewpoints and foster a sense of connection and shared humanity. Deepening connections through listening involves building trust and rapport with others. When we truly listen to someone, we signal that their thoughts, feelings, and experiences matter to us. This creates a safe and supportive environment where they feel comfortable opening up and sharing more authentically. As a result, our relationships deepen, and we develop a stronger sense of connection and intimacy. In conclusion, the art of active listening is a powerful tool for enhancing our communication and building meaningful connections with others. By being fully present, practicing empathy, and seeking to understand, we can create a space for authentic and transformative conversations. Through active listening, we not only gain a deeper understanding of others but also cultivate empathy, compassion, and a sense of interconnectedness. So, let us embrace the art of active listening and unlock the transformative power it holds in our relationships and in our lives. Empathetic listening. Empathetic listening is a powerful tool that allows us to truly understand and connect with others on a deeper level. It goes beyond simply hearing the words someone is saying. It involves actively engaging with their emotions, thoughts, and experiences. When we practice empathetic listening, we create a safe and supportive space for others to express themselves fully, without judgment or interruption. The importance of empathetic listening. Empathetic listening is essential for building strong and meaningful relationships. When we listen empathetically, we show others that we value and respect their perspectives. It helps us develop a deeper understanding of their needs, desires, and challenges, allowing us to respond in a more compassionate and supportive way. By practicing empathetic listening, we can also foster a sense of trust and openness in our relationships. When people feel heard and understood, they are more likely to be vulnerable and share their true thoughts and feelings. This creates a foundation of trust and authenticity, which is crucial for building and maintaining healthy connections. Techniques for empathetic listening. Be fully present. To practice empathetic listening, it is important to be fully present in the conversation. Put aside distractions and give your undivided attention to the speaker. Maintain eye contact, nod, and use nonverbal cues to show that you are engaged and actively listening. Suspend judgment. Avoid jumping to conclusions or making assumptions about the speaker's experiences or perspectives. Instead, approach the conversation with an open mind and a genuine curiosity to understand their point of view. Reflect and validate. Reflecting and validating the speaker's emotions and experiences can help them feel heard and understood. Paraphrase what they have said and acknowledge their feelings. For example, you can say, "It sounds like you're feeling frustrated because," or, "I can understand why that situation made you feel anxious." Ask open-ended questions. Encourage the speaker to share more by asking open-ended questions. These questions cannot be answered with a simple yes or no, and require the speaker to provide more details and insights. This allows for a deeper exploration of their thoughts and feelings. Practice active listening. Active listening involves not only hearing the words being spoken but also paying attention to the speaker's body language, tone of voice, and emotions. This helps you gain a more comprehensive understanding of their message and allows you to respond in a more empathetic manner. Show empathy through nonverbal cues. Nonverbal cues such as nodding, maintaining eye contact, and using facial expressions can convey empathy and understanding. These cues show the speaker that you are actively engaged and emotionally present in the conversation. Benefits of empathetic listening. Practicing empathetic listening offers numerous benefits for both the listener and the speaker. For the listener, it allows them to develop a deeper understanding of others, fostering empathy and compassion. It also enhances their communication skills, as they become more attuned to the needs and emotions of those around them. For the speaker, empathetic listening provides a safe space to express themselves authentically. It helps them feel validated and understood, which can be incredibly empowering and healing. It also strengthens the bond between the listener and the speaker, creating a foundation of trust and support. Furthermore, empathetic listening can lead to more effective problem-solving and conflict resolution. By truly understanding the perspectives and needs of others, we can find common ground and work towards mutually beneficial solutions. Cultivating empathetic listening. Cultivating empathetic listening requires practice and intention. Here are some strategies to help you develop this essential skill. Self-awareness. Start by cultivating self-awareness and noticing your own listening habits. Are you often interrupting or thinking about your response while someone else is speaking? Becoming aware of these tendencies can help you consciously shift your focus towards empathetic listening. Mindfulness. Practice mindfulness in your daily life, as it can help you become more present and attentive in conversations. Engage in activities that promote mindfulness, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, to cultivate a state of calm and receptiveness. Empathy exercises. Engage in empathy exercises to strengthen your ability to understand and connect with others. These exercises can involve role-playing, journaling, or participating in empathy-building workshops or training programs. Seek feedback. Ask for feedback from trusted friends, family members, or colleagues on your listening skills. Their insights can provide valuable guidance on areas for improvement and help you refine your empathetic listening abilities. Remember, empathetic listening is a lifelong practice. It requires ongoing effort and a genuine desire to connect with others. By incorporating these strategies into your daily interactions, you can cultivate a deeper sense of empathy, understanding, and connection in your relationships. Creating understanding through listening. Listening is a fundamental aspect of communication that often goes overlooked. In our fast-paced world, we are often more focused on speaking and being heard rather than truly listening to others. However, listening is a powerful tool that can create understanding, deepen connections, and foster empathy. The importance of active listening. Active listening is a skill that requires intention and focus. It involves fully engaging with the speaker, both verbally and nonverbally, and giving them your undivided attention. When we actively listen, we are not just hearing the words being spoken, we are also paying attention to the speaker's tone, body language, and emotions. This level of attentiveness allows us to gain a deeper understanding of the speaker's message and their underlying needs and concerns. Active listening also involves providing feedback and clarification to ensure that we have understood the speaker correctly. This can be done through paraphrasing or summarizing what the speaker has said and asking questions to seek clarification. By actively participating in the conversation, we show the speaker that we value their perspective and are genuinely interested in understanding them. Empathetic listening, the path to understanding. Empathetic listening takes active listening a step further by not only understanding the speaker's words, but also their emotions and experiences. It requires us to put ourselves in the speaker's shoes and try to see the world from their perspective. Empathetic listening is a powerful tool for building empathy and fostering deeper connections with others. To practice empathetic listening, we must set aside our own judgments, biases, and preconceived notions. Instead, we approach the conversation with an open mind and a genuine desire to understand the speaker's thoughts and feelings. We listen without interrupting or imposing our own opinions, allowing the speaker to express themselves fully. Empathetic listening also involves acknowledging and validating the speaker's emotions. We show empathy by expressing understanding and compassion for what the speaker is going through. This validation creates a safe space for the speaker to open up and share more deeply, leading to a greater sense of connection and understanding. Deepening connections through listening. Listening is not just about understanding the speaker, it is also about building trust and deepening connections. When we truly listen to someone, we show them that we value and respect their thoughts and feelings. This creates a sense of trust and safety, allowing the speaker to be more vulnerable and authentic in their communication. Deepening connections through listening also involves being present and fully engaged in the conversation. We put aside distractions and give our full attention to the speaker. This level of presence not only enhances our understanding but also signals to the speaker that they are important and worthy of our time and attention. By deepening our connections through listening, we create a space for open and honest communication. We foster an environment where individuals feel heard, understood, and valued. This, in turn, strengthens our relationships and allows for more meaningful and authentic connections. The power of reflective listening. Reflective listening is a technique that involves mirroring the speaker's words and emotions back to them. It shows the speaker that we have truly listened and understood their message. Reflective listening can be done through paraphrasing, summarizing, or simply acknowledging the speaker's emotions. By reflecting back the speaker's words and emotions, we validate their experience and show empathy. This technique also allows for any misunderstandings or misinterpretations to be clarified, ensuring that both parties are on the same page. Reflective listening is particularly useful in situations where there may be a difference in perspectives or when emotions are running high. It helps to de-escalate conflicts and create a space for open and respectful dialogue. The practice of mindful listening. Mindful listening is the art of listening with full presence and awareness. It involves being fully engaged in the present moment and letting go of distractions and judgments. Mindful listening requires us to be non-reactive and to suspend our own thoughts and opinions, allowing the speaker's words to be heard without interruption or judgment. To practice mindful listening, we can start by bringing our attention to our breath and grounding ourselves in the present moment. We then direct our attention fully to the speaker, observing their words, tone, and body language without getting caught up in our own internal dialogue. Mindful listening also involves being aware of our own biases and assumptions and consciously setting them aside. We approach the conversation with curiosity and a genuine desire to understand the speaker's perspective. By practicing mindful listening, we cultivate a deeper sense of connection and understanding in our interactions. We create a space for authentic and meaningful communication, where both parties feel heard, valued, and respected. In conclusion, creating understanding through listening is a powerful tool for enhancing our communication skills and building deeper connections with others. By actively listening, practicing empathy, and being fully present, we can foster a greater sense of understanding, empathy, and connection in our relationships. Deepening connections through listening. Listening is a fundamental aspect of communication that often goes overlooked. In our fast-paced and distracted world, we often find ourselves only partially present in conversations, waiting for our turn to speak or allowing our minds to wander. However, deepening connections through listening requires us to be fully present and engaged in the conversation. The art of active listening. Active listening is a skill that can greatly enhance our ability to connect with others. It involves giving our full attention to the speaker, both verbally and nonverbally. When we practice active listening, we are not just hearing the words being spoken, we are also paying attention to the speaker's body language, tone of voice, and emotions. To become an active listener, we must first let go of any distractions and focus solely on the speaker. This means putting away our phones, turning off the television, and creating a quiet and comfortable environment for the conversation. By doing so, we signal to the speaker that we value their words and are fully present for them. Once we are fully present, we can then demonstrate our engagement through nonverbal cues. This includes maintaining eye contact, nodding our heads to show understanding, and using facial expressions to convey empathy and interest. These nonverbal cues not only show the speaker that we are actively listening, but they also help us better understand the speaker's emotions and intentions. Empathetic listening. Empathetic listening takes active listening a step further by not only understanding the speaker's words, but also their emotions and perspectives. It requires us to put ourselves in the speaker's shoes and try to see the world from their point of view. To practice empathetic listening, we must cultivate a sense of curiosity and openness. Instead of jumping to conclusions or making assumptions, we approach the conversation with a genuine desire to understand the speaker's experiences and feelings. This means setting aside our own judgments and biases and truly listening with an open heart and mind. Empathetic listening also involves reflecting back what we have heard to ensure that we have understood the speaker correctly. This can be done through paraphrasing or summarizing the speaker's main points and emotions. By doing so, we not only show the speaker that we are actively listening, but we also give them an opportunity to clarify any misunderstandings or misconceptions. Creating understanding through listening. Listening is not just about hearing the words being spoken, it is about creating a space for understanding and connection. When we truly listen to someone, we validate their experiences and emotions, and we let them know that their voice matters. Creating understanding through listening requires us to suspend our own judgments and assumptions and approach the conversation with an open mind. We must be willing to challenge our own beliefs and be open to new perspectives. By doing so, we create a safe and non-judgmental space for the speaker to express themselves fully. In addition to suspending judgment, creating understanding also involves asking clarifying questions. This shows the speaker that we are genuinely interested in their thoughts and feelings and that we want to fully understand their perspective. By asking open-ended questions, we encourage the speaker to delve deeper into their experiences and provide us with more insight. Deepening connections through listening. Deepening connections through listening is a transformative process that requires practice and intention. By becoming active and empathetic listeners, we can create a space for authentic and meaningful conversations. We can foster understanding, empathy, and connection with others. When we listen deeply, we not only strengthen our relationships but also gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We become more attuned to the needs and emotions of others, and we develop a greater sense of empathy and compassion. Deepening connections through listening also allows us to uncover hidden layers of meaning and significance in our interactions. We become more aware of the subtle nuances in communication and can respond more effectively and authentically. In conclusion, deepening connections through listening is a powerful tool that can transform our relationships and enhance our overall well-being. By practicing active and empathetic listening, we create a space for understanding, empathy, and connection. We foster deeper connections with others and gain a greater understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So, let us embrace the art of listening and experience the profound impact it can have on our lives. Chapter 3: Mindful Speech. Speaking truthfully. Speaking truthfully is a fundamental aspect of mindful communication. It involves expressing ourselves honestly and authentically, while also considering the impact our words may have on others. When we speak truthfully, we create a foundation of trust and openness in our relationships, allowing for deeper connections to flourish. The power of authenticity. Authenticity is at the core of speaking truthfully. It means being genuine and sincere in our communication, without pretense or manipulation. When we speak authentically, we show up as our true selves, allowing others to see and connect with us on a deeper level. Authentic communication requires self-awareness and the willingness to be vulnerable. It means acknowledging and expressing our thoughts, feelings, and experiences without fear of judgment or rejection. By speaking truthfully, we invite others to do the same, creating an environment of openness and understanding. Honoring our truth. Speaking truthfully also means honoring our own truth. It involves being in touch with our own values, beliefs, and emotions, and expressing them in a way that is respectful and considerate of others. When we speak from a place of authenticity, we communicate with integrity and build trust with those around us. However, speaking truthfully does not mean being blunt or insensitive. It is important to find a balance between honesty and kindness. We can choose our words carefully, considering their impact on others, while still expressing our thoughts and feelings truthfully. Overcoming fear and resistance. Speaking truthfully can be challenging, as it often requires us to confront our fears and step out of our comfort zones. We may fear judgment, rejection, or conflict. However, when we embrace the practice of speaking truthfully, we create opportunities for growth and deeper connections. To overcome fear and resistance, it can be helpful to cultivate self-compassion and self-acceptance. By acknowledging and accepting our own vulnerabilities, we become more comfortable with expressing our truth. It is also important to remember that speaking truthfully is not about changing or convincing others, but rather about sharing our own experiences and perspectives. Mindful communication. Mindful communication is an essential component of speaking truthfully. It involves being fully present and aware of our words, intentions, and the impact they may have on others. When we communicate mindfully, we choose our words consciously, considering their potential effects and adjusting them as necessary. Practicing mindfulness in communication allows us to pause and reflect before speaking. It helps us become aware of any biases, assumptions, or judgments that may influence our words. By cultivating mindfulness, we can communicate with greater clarity, empathy, and understanding. The power of nonviolent communication. Nonviolent communication, NVC, is a powerful framework that supports speaking truthfully in a compassionate and empathetic way. Developed by Marshall Rosenberg, NVC emphasizes the importance of expressing our needs and feelings while also listening empathetically to others. NVC encourages us to observe without judgment, identify our feelings and needs, and make clear requests. By using I statements and focusing on our own experiences, we can express ourselves authentically without blaming or criticizing others. NVC also emphasizes active listening and empathy, allowing for deeper understanding and connection. Cultivating authenticity in communication. To cultivate authenticity in our communication, it is important to practice self-reflection and self-awareness. We can start by exploring our values, beliefs, and emotions, and understanding how they shape our communication style. By becoming more aware of our own truth, we can express ourselves more authentically. It is also helpful to create a supportive environment for authentic communication. This involves fostering trust, respect, and open-mindedness in our relationships. By creating a safe space for others to express themselves truthfully, we encourage deeper connections and understanding. In conclusion, speaking truthfully is a powerful practice that enhances our ability to connect with others. By embracing authenticity, overcoming fear and resistance, and cultivating mindful communication, we can express ourselves honestly and create meaningful connections. Speaking truthfully is not only beneficial for our relationships but also for our own personal growth and well-being. Speaking kindly. In our fast-paced and often chaotic world, the way we speak to others can have a profound impact on our relationships and the overall well-being of those around us. Speaking kindly is an essential aspect of mindful communication, as it allows us to express ourselves authentically while considering the feelings and needs of others. When we speak kindly, we create an atmosphere of trust, respect, and understanding, fostering deeper connections and nurturing healthy relationships. The power of kind words. Kind words have the power to uplift, inspire, and heal. They can bring comfort to those who are struggling, provide encouragement to those who are feeling discouraged, and strengthen the bonds between individuals. When we speak kindly, we acknowledge the inherent worth and dignity of others, creating a safe space for open and honest communication. On the other hand, harsh or unkind words can cause deep emotional wounds that may take a long time to heal. They can erode trust, create distance, and damage relationships. It is important to remember that once spoken, words cannot be taken back, and their impact can be long-lasting. By choosing to speak kindly, we can avoid unnecessary pain and cultivate an environment of compassion and understanding. Cultivating kindness in communication. Speaking kindly requires a conscious effort to choose our words carefully and consider their impact. Here are some strategies to help cultivate kindness in our communication. Pause and reflect. Before speaking, take a moment to pause and reflect on what you want to say. Consider the tone, intention, and potential impact of your words. This pause allows you to respond rather than react, ensuring that your words are thoughtful and kind. Practice empathy. Put yourself in the shoes of the person you are speaking to. Try to understand their perspective, emotions, and needs. This empathetic approach allows you to tailor your words in a way that is considerate and compassionate. Use positive language. Choose words that are uplifting, encouraging, and supportive. Avoid negative or judgmental language that can create defensiveness or hurt. Instead, focus on finding common ground and building bridges of understanding. Be mindful of nonverbal communication. Kindness extends beyond words. Pay attention to your body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. Ensure that your nonverbal cues align with your words, conveying warmth, openness, and respect. Practice active listening. Truly listening to others is an act of kindness. Give your full attention, maintain eye contact, and show genuine interest in what the other person is saying. This active listening not only validates their feelings but also allows for a deeper connection to be formed. The ripple effect of kindness. When we speak kindly, we not only impact the immediate conversation but also create a ripple effect that extends beyond that moment. Kindness has the power to inspire others to do the same, creating a positive cycle of compassionate communication. It can transform relationships, communities, and even the world. By speaking kindly, we contribute to a culture of empathy, understanding, and respect. We create an environment where individuals feel safe to express themselves, share their vulnerabilities, and engage in meaningful conversations. Kindness becomes a catalyst for connection, fostering deeper relationships and building bridges of understanding. Conclusion. Speaking kindly is a fundamental aspect of mindful communication. It allows us to express ourselves authentically while considering the feelings and needs of others. By cultivating kindness in our communication, we create an atmosphere of trust, respect, and understanding, fostering deeper connections and nurturing healthy relationships. Kind words have the power to uplift, inspire, and heal, while unkind words can cause deep emotional wounds. By choosing to speak kindly, we contribute to a culture of empathy, understanding, and respect, creating a positive ripple effect that extends beyond the immediate conversation. Let us embrace the power of kind words and use them to build a more compassionate and connected world. Aligning words with intentions. In our daily lives, we often underestimate the power of our words. We speak without considering the impact our words can have on others and ourselves. However, when we align our words with our intentions, we can create a profound shift in our relationships and the world around us. The importance of intention. Before we dive into aligning our words with our intentions, it is crucial to understand the significance of intention itself. Intention is the driving force behind our words and actions. It is the underlying motivation that shapes our communication. When we speak with intention, we are conscious of the impact our words can have and strive to use them in a way that aligns with our values and goals. Reflecting on our intentions. To align our words with our intentions, we must first reflect on our intentions themselves. Take a moment to pause and ask yourself, what is my intention behind this conversation? Am I seeking to understand, support, or connect? Am I speaking from a place of love, compassion, or curiosity? By bringing awareness to our intentions, we can ensure that our words are in harmony with what we truly want to convey. Choosing words mindfully. Once we have clarified our intentions, the next step is to choose our words mindfully. Mindful speech involves selecting words that accurately reflect our intentions and convey our message effectively. It requires us to be aware of the impact our words can have on others and to choose them with care and consideration. When choosing our words, it is essential to consider the tone, timing, and context of the conversation. We can ask ourselves, will these words uplift and inspire? Will they foster understanding and connection? Will they contribute to a positive and supportive environment? By consciously selecting our words, we can create a space for open and meaningful communication. Speaking with authenticity. Aligning our words with our intentions also means speaking with authenticity. Authentic communication involves expressing ourselves honestly and genuinely, without pretense or masks. It requires us to be true to ourselves and to speak from the heart. When we speak authentically, we invite others to do the same. We create a safe space for open and vulnerable conversations, where trust and understanding can flourish. Authentic communication allows us to build deeper connections and foster a sense of belonging and acceptance. The power of nonviolent communication. One powerful tool for aligning our words with our intentions is nonviolent communication, NVC. Developed by Marshall Rosenberg, NVC is a compassionate and empathetic approach to communication. It focuses on expressing ourselves honestly while also listening with empathy and understanding. NVC encourages us to observe without judgment, express our feelings and needs, and make clear and specific requests. By using NVC, we can communicate our intentions and desires in a way that promotes understanding and connection, rather than defensiveness or conflict. Practicing mindful communication. Aligning our words with our intentions is a practice that requires ongoing effort and mindfulness. It is not something that can be achieved overnight, but rather a journey of self-awareness and growth. To cultivate mindful communication, we can incorporate daily practices into our lives. These practices may include meditation, journaling, or reflection exercises. By dedicating time to connect with ourselves and become aware of our intentions, we can gradually align our words with our deepest values and aspirations. The ripple effect of aligned words. When we align our words with our intentions, we create a ripple effect that extends far beyond our immediate interactions. Our words have the power to inspire, heal, and transform not only our relationships but also the world around us. By speaking with intention and authenticity, we become catalysts for positive change. We contribute to a more compassionate and understanding society, where connections are nurtured and conflicts are resolved with empathy and respect. In conclusion, aligning our words with our intentions is a transformative practice that can enhance our relationships and create a positive impact on the world. By reflecting on our intentions, choosing our words mindfully, and speaking with authenticity, we can foster deeper connections, promote understanding, and contribute to a more harmonious and compassionate society. Let us embark on this journey of aligning our words with our intentions and witness the profound transformation it brings to our lives and the lives of those around us. Living our values through speech. Our words have the power to shape our relationships, influence others, and create a ripple effect in the world. When we align our speech with our values, we not only express ourselves authentically but also contribute to a more compassionate and harmonious society. In this chapter, we will explore how to live our values through speech, ensuring that our words reflect our deepest intentions and beliefs. Speaking with integrity. Living our values through speech begins with speaking with integrity. It means being true to ourselves and expressing our thoughts and feelings honestly and authentically. When we speak with integrity, our words carry weight and sincerity, fostering trust and deepening connections with others. To speak with integrity, it is essential to take the time to reflect on our values and beliefs. What matters most to us? What principles guide our actions? By clarifying our values, we can ensure that our speech aligns with our deepest convictions. Additionally, speaking with integrity requires us to be mindful of our words. Before speaking, we can pause and ask ourselves, is what I am about to say in alignment with my values? Will it contribute positively to the conversation? This moment of reflection allows us to choose our words consciously, avoiding unnecessary harm or conflict. Compassionate communication. Living our values through speech also involves practicing compassionate communication. Compassionate communication is rooted in empathy, understanding, and a genuine desire to connect with others. It involves speaking from a place of kindness, respect, and non-judgment. To practice compassionate communication, we can start by actively listening to others. By truly hearing their words and understanding their perspectives, we can respond with empathy and compassion. This requires setting aside our own judgments and preconceived notions, creating a safe space for open and honest dialogue. When engaging in conversations, it is important to choose our words carefully. We can ask ourselves, How can I express my thoughts and feelings in a way that is respectful and considerate? By speaking kindly and avoiding harsh or hurtful language, we can foster understanding and build stronger connections with others. Authenticity and vulnerability. Living our values through speech also means embracing authenticity and vulnerability. When we are willing to be open and honest about our thoughts, feelings, and experiences, we create an environment where others feel safe to do the same. Authenticity requires us to be true to ourselves, even when it may be uncomfortable or challenging. It means speaking our truth, even if it goes against popular opinion or societal expectations. By being authentic, we invite others to do the same, fostering deeper connections based on trust and mutual understanding. Vulnerability is closely tied to authenticity. It involves allowing ourselves to be seen and heard, even when it may be scary or uncertain. When we are vulnerable, we show others that it is okay to be imperfect and that we are all in this journey of connection together. Mindful communication in action. Living our values through speech is an ongoing practice that requires mindfulness and self-awareness. It involves continuously reflecting on our words and their impact on ourselves and others. By cultivating mindfulness in our communication, we can ensure that our speech is aligned with our values and contributes positively to our relationships and the world. One way to practice mindful communication is to pause before speaking. Taking a moment to check in with ourselves allows us to assess whether our words are in alignment with our values and intentions. It also gives us the opportunity to choose our words wisely, considering their potential impact on others. Another aspect of mindful communication is being present in our interactions. When we are fully present, we can listen deeply, respond authentically, and engage in meaningful conversations. By giving our full attention to others, we show them that they are valued and respected, strengthening our connections and fostering a sense of belonging. Living our values through speech is a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. It requires us to continuously reflect on our values, practice compassionate communication, embrace authenticity and vulnerability, and cultivate mindfulness in our interactions. By doing so, we can create a world where our words uplift, inspire, and connect us all. Chapter 4: Navigating Conflict. Understanding conflict. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction. It arises when individuals have differing opinions, needs, or desires. While conflict is often seen as negative, it can also be an opportunity for growth and deeper understanding. In this section, we will explore the nature of conflict, its causes, and how we can navigate it with compassion and clarity. The nature of conflict. Conflict can manifest in various forms, ranging from minor disagreements to intense disputes. It can occur in personal relationships, professional settings, or even within ourselves. Conflict arises when there is a perceived or actual incompatibility between individuals or groups. Conflicts can stem from a variety of sources, such as differences in values, beliefs, goals, or communication styles. Misunderstandings, unmet needs, and power imbalances can also contribute to conflict. It is important to recognize that conflict is not inherently negative but rather a natural consequence of diverse perspectives and experiences. Compassionate communication during conflict. When faced with conflict, it is crucial to approach it with compassion and empathy. Compassionate communication involves actively listening to the other person's perspective, acknowledging their emotions, and expressing oneself honestly and respectfully. One key aspect of compassionate communication is refraining from blame or judgment. Instead of focusing on assigning fault, we should strive to understand the underlying needs and concerns of all parties involved. By doing so, we can foster a sense of empathy and create an environment where everyone feels heard and valued. Another important element of compassionate communication is using I statements instead of you statements. By expressing our own feelings and needs without accusing or attacking the other person, we can promote understanding and reduce defensiveness. For example, instead of saying, "You always ignore my opinions," we can say, "I feel unheard when my opinions are not taken into consideration." Active listening is also crucial during conflict resolution. It involves giving our full attention to the other person, suspending judgment, and seeking to understand their perspective. By actively listening, we can validate their feelings and experiences, which can help de-escalate the conflict and foster a sense of connection. Clarity in conflict resolution. Conflict resolution requires clarity and a willingness to find mutually beneficial solutions. It involves identifying the underlying issues, exploring potential compromises, and working towards a resolution that addresses the needs of all parties involved. One effective approach to conflict resolution is the win-win mindset. This mindset recognizes that conflicts can be resolved in a way that benefits all parties, rather than one person winning at the expense of the other. It involves seeking creative solutions that meet the needs and interests of everyone involved. Effective communication is essential during conflict resolution. Clearly expressing our needs, concerns, and boundaries can help prevent misunderstandings and facilitate a productive dialogue. It is also important to actively listen to the other person's perspective and validate their feelings and experiences. In some cases, seeking the assistance of a neutral third party, such as a mediator or counselor, can be beneficial. They can provide an unbiased perspective, facilitate communication, and help guide the resolution process. Growth opportunities in conflict. While conflict can be challenging and uncomfortable, it also presents opportunities for personal and relational growth. By approaching conflict with an open mind and a willingness to learn, we can gain insights into ourselves and others. Conflict can help us identify and address underlying issues that may have been previously overlooked. It can deepen our understanding of ourselves and our values, as well as enhance our ability to empathize with others. Through conflict, we can develop stronger communication skills, problem-solving abilities, and emotional resilience. Furthermore, conflict can strengthen relationships when resolved in a constructive and compassionate manner. It allows individuals to express their needs and concerns, fostering a deeper sense of trust and understanding. By navigating conflict together, we can build stronger connections and create a foundation for healthier and more authentic relationships. In conclusion, conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction, but it does not have to be destructive. By understanding the nature of conflict, approaching it with compassion and empathy, seeking clarity in conflict resolution, and embracing the growth opportunities it presents, we can transform conflicts into opportunities for connection, understanding, and personal development. Compassionate communication during conflict. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction. Whether it arises in our personal relationships, professional settings, or even within ourselves, conflict can be challenging and uncomfortable. However, it is through conflict that we have the opportunity to learn, grow, and deepen our connections with others. In this section, we will explore the practice of compassionate communication during conflict, which allows us to navigate disagreements with empathy, understanding, and respect. Cultivating compassion. Compassion is the foundation of compassionate communication during conflict. It is the ability to recognize and empathize with the emotions, needs, and perspectives of both ourselves and others. Cultivating compassion requires us to approach conflict with an open heart and a willingness to listen and understand. To cultivate compassion, it is essential to start by acknowledging our own emotions and needs. Taking the time to reflect on our feelings and desires allows us to approach conflict from a place of self-awareness and authenticity. By understanding our own needs, we can better communicate them to others and seek resolutions that honor everyone involved. Active listening. Active listening is a crucial component of compassionate communication during conflict. It involves fully engaging with the speaker, both verbally and nonverbally, and giving them our undivided attention. By actively listening, we demonstrate respect, empathy, and a genuine desire to understand the other person's perspective. To practice active listening during conflict, we can start by creating a safe and non-judgmental space for the other person to express themselves. This means setting aside our own judgments, assumptions, and preconceived notions and truly listening to what the other person is saying. We can also use verbal and nonverbal cues, such as nodding, maintaining eye contact, and paraphrasing, to show that we are actively engaged in the conversation. Empathy and understanding. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It is a powerful tool in compassionate communication during conflict, as it allows us to connect with the emotions and experiences of the other person. By practicing empathy, we can create a sense of understanding and validation, which can help de-escalate conflicts and foster resolution. To cultivate empathy during conflict, it is important to put ourselves in the other person's shoes and try to see the situation from their perspective. This requires setting aside our own biases and judgments, and truly listening to their concerns and emotions. We can also ask open-ended questions and reflect back what we hear to ensure that we understand their point of view accurately. Nonviolent communication. Nonviolent communication, also known as NVC, is a communication framework developed by Marshall Rosenberg. It is a powerful tool for compassionate communication during conflict, as it focuses on expressing our needs and feelings without blame or judgment. NVC encourages us to communicate with honesty, empathy, and a genuine desire for resolution. The 4 steps of nonviolent communication are observation, feeling, need, and request. By observing the situation objectively, identifying our feelings and needs, and making clear and specific requests, we can communicate our concerns in a non-confrontational and compassionate manner. This approach allows us to express ourselves authentically while also considering the needs and feelings of the other person. Finding common ground. During conflict, it is essential to find common ground and areas of agreement. By focusing on shared values, goals, or interests, we can create a sense of unity and collaboration, even in the midst of disagreement. Finding common ground allows us to shift the focus from the conflict itself to the potential for resolution and growth. To find common ground, we can start by identifying shared values or goals that both parties can agree on. By highlighting these commonalities, we can create a foundation for finding mutually beneficial solutions. It is also important to approach the conversation with a mindset of curiosity and openness, seeking to understand the other person's perspective and finding areas of overlap. Seeking win-win solutions. Compassionate communication during conflict is not about winning or losing but rather finding win-win solutions that honor the needs and desires of all parties involved. It requires a willingness to collaborate, compromise, and explore creative alternatives. By seeking win-win solutions, we can foster a sense of fairness, respect, and satisfaction for everyone involved. To seek win-win solutions, it is important to approach the conflict with a mindset of collaboration rather than competition. This means actively listening to the other person's ideas and suggestions, considering multiple perspectives, and being open to compromise. It may also involve brainstorming and exploring alternative options that meet the needs of both parties. Practicing self-reflection. Self-reflection is a vital practice in compassionate communication during conflict. It allows us to examine our own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and take responsibility for our part in the conflict. By reflecting on our own contributions to the situation, we can gain insight, learn from our mistakes, and make positive changes in our communication patterns. To practice self-reflection, it is important to ask ourselves questions such as, what triggered me in this conflict? How did I contribute to the escalation? What are my underlying needs and desires? By honestly examining our own role in the conflict, we can take steps towards personal growth and develop healthier communication habits. In conclusion, compassionate communication during conflict is a transformative practice that allows us to navigate disagreements with empathy, understanding, and respect. By cultivating compassion, practicing active listening, and seeking win-win solutions, we can transform conflicts into opportunities for growth, connection, and resolution. Through self-reflection and a commitment to authentic and empathetic communication, we can build stronger relationships and create a more harmonious world. Clarity in conflict resolution. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction. Whether it arises in our personal relationships, professional settings, or even within ourselves, conflict can be challenging and uncomfortable. However, it is through conflict that we have the opportunity to grow, learn, and deepen our connections with others. In this section, we will explore the importance of clarity in conflict resolution and how mindful communication can help us navigate conflicts with compassion and understanding. Understanding conflict. Before we can effectively resolve conflicts, it is essential to understand what conflict is and why it arises. Conflict occurs when there is a disagreement or clash of interests, values, or needs between individuals or groups. It can manifest in various forms, such as verbal arguments, power struggles, or even silent tension. Conflict can arise due to misunderstandings, differing perspectives, unmet expectations, or unresolved issues. It is important to recognize that conflict is not inherently negative. In fact, conflict can be an opportunity for growth and transformation. When approached with an open mind and a willingness to listen and understand, conflicts can lead to deeper connections, increased empathy, and the discovery of creative solutions. Compassionate communication during conflict. When conflicts arise, it is crucial to approach them with compassion and empathy. Compassionate communication involves actively listening to the other person's perspective, acknowledging their feelings and needs, and expressing our own thoughts and emotions in a respectful and non-confrontational manner. One of the key principles of compassionate communication is to focus on understanding rather than winning. Instead of trying to prove ourselves right or convince the other person to change their viewpoint, we should strive to understand their perspective and find common ground. This requires active listening, empathy, and a genuine desire to find a mutually beneficial solution. During conflicts, it is also important to be mindful of our own emotions and reactions. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, enabling us to respond rather than react impulsively. By cultivating self-awareness and emotional intelligence, we can better regulate our emotions and communicate more effectively during conflicts. Clarity in conflict resolution. Clarity is essential in conflict resolution. It involves clearly expressing our thoughts, feelings, and needs, as well as actively seeking clarity from the other person. When conflicts arise, it is common for misunderstandings to occur due to miscommunication or assumptions. By striving for clarity, we can avoid further misunderstandings and work towards a resolution. To achieve clarity in conflict resolution, it is important to use clear and concise language. Avoid vague or ambiguous statements that can be misinterpreted. Instead, be specific and direct in expressing your thoughts and needs. Use I statements to take ownership of your feelings and avoid blaming or accusing the other person. Active listening is also crucial in achieving clarity. When the other person is expressing their perspective, give them your full attention and avoid interrupting or formulating your response in your mind. Instead, focus on understanding their point of view and ask clarifying questions if needed. Reflect back what you have understood to ensure that you are on the same page. Growth opportunities in conflict. While conflicts can be challenging, they also present valuable opportunities for personal and relational growth. By approaching conflicts with an open mind and a willingness to learn, we can gain new insights, challenge our assumptions, and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and others. Conflict can also strengthen relationships when resolved effectively. Through open and honest communication, conflicts can lead to increased trust, empathy, and mutual respect. By working through conflicts together, we can build stronger and more resilient connections. In conclusion, clarity is crucial in conflict resolution. By approaching conflicts with compassion, empathy, and a commitment to understanding, we can navigate conflicts more effectively and turn them into opportunities for growth. Mindful communication allows us to express ourselves authentically, listen actively, and seek clarity, fostering deeper connections and resolving conflicts in a constructive and transformative manner. Growth opportunities in conflict. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction. Whether it arises in our personal relationships, professional settings, or even within ourselves, conflict can be challenging and uncomfortable. However, it is important to recognize that conflict also presents us with valuable opportunities for growth and transformation. In this section, we will explore how conflict can serve as a catalyst for personal development and deepen our connections with others. Embracing discomfort. Conflict often brings discomfort and triggers strong emotions within us. It is natural to want to avoid or suppress these feelings, but doing so can hinder our growth. Instead, we can choose to embrace the discomfort and use it as an opportunity for self-reflection and learning. By acknowledging and exploring our emotions, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our triggers, leading to personal growth and increased self-awareness. Challenging assumptions and beliefs. Conflict often arises from differing perspectives and beliefs. Instead of clinging to our own assumptions and beliefs, we can use conflict as an opportunity to challenge and expand our understanding. By actively listening to others and considering their viewpoints, we can broaden our perspective and develop a more nuanced understanding of the world. This willingness to question our own beliefs not only fosters personal growth but also strengthens our ability to empathize and connect with others. Developing effective communication skills. Conflict can highlight areas where our communication skills may be lacking. It may reveal patterns of defensiveness, aggression, or passive aggressiveness that hinder effective communication. By recognizing these patterns and actively working to improve our communication skills, we can transform conflict into an opportunity for growth. This may involve learning to express ourselves assertively, actively listening to others without judgment, and practicing empathy and understanding. Developing these skills not only helps us navigate conflict more effectively but also enhances our overall communication and connection with others. Strengthening relationships. Conflict, when approached with mindfulness and compassion, can actually strengthen our relationships. It provides an opportunity for open and honest communication, allowing us to address underlying issues and work towards resolution. By engaging in constructive dialogue and actively seeking understanding, we can deepen our connections with others and build trust. Conflict can serve as a catalyst for growth, leading to stronger and more authentic relationships. Cultivating empathy and compassion. Conflict often arises from a lack of understanding and empathy. By actively cultivating empathy and compassion, we can transform conflict into an opportunity for connection and growth. This involves putting ourselves in the shoes of others, seeking to understand their perspectives and experiences. By practicing empathy, we can foster a sense of understanding and create a safe space for open dialogue and resolution. Cultivating empathy and compassion not only benefits our relationships but also contributes to a more harmonious and compassionate world. Learning from conflict. Every conflict holds valuable lessons if we are willing to learn from them. By reflecting on the root causes of conflict, our own reactions, and the outcomes, we can gain insights into ourselves and our relationships. Conflict can reveal areas where we need to grow, whether it be in our communication skills, emotional intelligence, or ability to manage our own triggers. By embracing these lessons, we can continue to evolve and develop as individuals, deepening our connections with others and fostering personal growth. In conclusion, conflict is not something to be feared or avoided but rather embraced as an opportunity for growth and transformation. By approaching conflict with mindfulness, empathy, and a willingness to learn, we can navigate it with grace and turn it into a catalyst for personal development and deeper connections with others. Conflict, when handled with care and intention, can lead to stronger relationships, increased self-awareness, and a more compassionate world. Chapter 5: The Role of Presence. Being fully present. Being fully present is a fundamental aspect of mindful communication. It involves bringing our complete attention and awareness to the present moment, without judgment or distraction. When we are fully present, we are able to engage in deep and meaningful connections with others, fostering understanding, empathy, and authentic relationships. The power of presence. Presence is a state of mind that allows us to truly listen and understand others. It involves setting aside our own thoughts, judgments, and distractions, and giving our undivided attention to the person in front of us. When we are fully present, we create a safe and supportive space for others to express themselves openly and honestly. Being present also means being aware of our own emotions, thoughts, and physical sensations. It requires us to be in tune with ourselves, so that we can respond to others with empathy and compassion. By cultivating presence, we can deepen our connections with others and create a sense of trust and authenticity in our relationships. Cultivating presence. Cultivating presence is a practice that requires intention and effort. Here are some strategies to help you develop the ability to be fully present in your interactions. Mindful breathing. Take a few moments to focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. This simple act of paying attention to your breath can help anchor you in the present moment and calm your mind. Non-judgmental awareness. Practice observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Instead of getting caught up in your own judgments or assumptions, simply notice them and let them go. This allows you to be more open and receptive to the experiences of others. Active listening. Engage in active listening by giving your full attention to the person speaking. Avoid interrupting or formulating your response while they are speaking. Instead, focus on truly understanding their perspective and validating their feelings. Body awareness. Pay attention to your body and its sensations during conversations. Notice any tension or discomfort and try to release it. Being aware of your body can help you stay grounded and present in the moment. Mindful speech. Before speaking, take a moment to pause and reflect on your words. Consider whether they align with your intentions and values. By speaking mindfully, you can ensure that your words contribute to the conversation in a positive and meaningful way. The benefits of being fully present. Being fully present in our interactions has numerous benefits for both ourselves and others. When we are present, we are able to foster deeper connections. By giving our full attention to others, we create a space for genuine connection and understanding. This allows us to build stronger and more meaningful relationships. Enhance empathy and understanding. Being present enables us to truly listen and empathize with others. It allows us to see things from their perspective and respond with compassion and understanding. Improve communication. When we are fully present, we are better able to communicate our thoughts and feelings effectively. We can express ourselves authentically and clearly, leading to more productive and harmonious conversations. Reduce misunderstandings. By being fully present, we can avoid misinterpretations and misunderstandings. We are able to pick up on subtle cues and nuances in communication, leading to clearer and more accurate understanding. Cultivate a sense of calm and well-being. Being present helps us let go of worries about the past or future, and instead focus on the present moment. This can lead to a greater sense of peace, calm, and overall well-being. Practicing presence in everyday life. Being fully present is not limited to our interactions with others. It is a way of being that can be practiced in all aspects of our lives. Here are some ways to incorporate presence into your daily routine. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. Slow down and savor each bite, fully experiencing the nourishment it provides. Mindful walking. Take a walk in nature and pay attention to the sights, sounds, and sensations around you. Notice the feeling of the ground beneath your feet and the rhythm of your breath. Mindful daily activities. Bring presence to everyday tasks such as washing dishes, brushing your teeth, or taking a shower. Focus on the sensations and movements involved in these activities, rather than rushing through them. Mindful technology use. Set aside dedicated time to disconnect from technology and be fully present with yourself and others. Put away your phone and engage in activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul. By practicing presence in all areas of our lives, we can cultivate a deeper sense of connection, understanding, and fulfillment. Being fully present allows us to live more authentically and engage in meaningful relationships with others. Deepening connections through presence. Presence is a powerful tool that can deepen our connections with others. When we are fully present in our interactions, we are able to truly listen, understand, and empathize with the people we communicate with. It allows us to create a safe and supportive space for others to express themselves authentically, fostering a deeper sense of connection and understanding. The power of being present. Being present means being fully engaged and attentive in the present moment. It involves setting aside distractions, such as our phones or our own internal thoughts, and giving our full focus to the person we are communicating with. When we are present, we are able to pick up on subtle cues, such as body language and tone of voice, that can provide valuable insights into the emotions and needs of the other person. By being present, we show respect and value for the other person's thoughts and feelings. It conveys a sense of importance and significance, making the other person feel heard and understood. This deepens the connection between individuals and creates a space for open and honest communication. Cultivating presence in communication. Cultivating presence in communication requires practice and intention. Here are some strategies to help deepen your connections through presence. Mindful breathing. Before engaging in a conversation, take a moment to focus on your breath. Deep, intentional breaths can help calm your mind and bring you into the present moment. This allows you to be fully present and attentive during the conversation. Nonverbal cues. Pay attention to your nonverbal cues, such as maintaining eye contact, nodding, and using open body language. These cues signal to the other person that you are actively listening and engaged in the conversation. Active listening. Practice active listening by fully focusing on the speaker and avoiding distractions. Show genuine interest by asking clarifying questions and reflecting back what you have heard. This demonstrates that you are fully present and invested in the conversation. Letting go of judgment. Release any preconceived notions or judgments you may have about the other person or the topic of conversation. By approaching the conversation with an open mind, you create a safe space for the other person to express themselves without fear of judgment. Mindful speech. When it is your turn to speak, take a moment to pause and reflect on your words before speaking. This allows you to choose your words mindfully, ensuring they align with your intentions and values. Mindful speech promotes understanding and fosters deeper connections. The impact of presence on connection. Presence has a profound impact on the quality of our connections with others. When we are fully present, we are able to establish a deeper level of trust and intimacy in our relationships. It allows us to truly see and hear the other person, creating a space for vulnerability and authenticity. By being present, we also become more attuned to the needs and emotions of others. We are able to respond with empathy and compassion, fostering a sense of understanding and support. This deepens the connection and strengthens the bond between individuals. Furthermore, presence in communication helps to prevent misunderstandings and miscommunications. When we are fully present, we are less likely to make assumptions or jump to conclusions. Instead, we actively listen and seek clarification, ensuring that we truly understand the other person's perspective. Practicing presence in everyday life. Deepening connections through presence is not limited to formal conversations or important discussions. It is a practice that can be incorporated into our everyday interactions. Here are some ways to cultivate presence in your daily life. Mindful conversations. Whether you are talking to a friend, a colleague, or a stranger, practice being fully present in the conversation. Give your full attention, listen actively, and respond with empathy and kindness. Mindful technology use. In today's digital age, it is easy to get caught up in the distractions of technology. Practice setting boundaries and being present when interacting with others, whether it is through text messages, emails, or social media. Mindful daily activities. Bring presence into your daily activities, such as eating, walking, or doing household chores. Pay attention to the sensations, thoughts, and emotions that arise during these activities. This cultivates a sense of mindfulness and presence in your everyday life. By incorporating presence into our communication and daily interactions, we can deepen our connections with others and create a more compassionate and understanding world. Being fully present allows us to truly see and hear others, fostering a sense of belonging and interconnectedness. It is through presence that we can build authentic and meaningful relationships, enriching our lives and the lives of those around us. Mindfulness in communication. Mindfulness is a powerful tool that can greatly enhance our communication skills and deepen our connections with others. When we practice mindfulness in communication, we bring our full attention and awareness to the present moment, allowing us to engage in conversations with greater clarity, empathy, and understanding. The power of mindful communication. Mindful communication involves being fully present in our interactions, listening attentively, and responding consciously. It requires us to let go of distractions, judgments, and preconceived notions, allowing us to truly hear and understand the other person. By practicing mindfulness in communication, we can cultivate deeper connections, resolve conflicts more effectively, and foster a greater sense of empathy and compassion. Cultivating mindful communication. To cultivate mindful communication, we can start by developing a daily mindfulness practice. This can involve meditation, breathing exercises, or simply taking a few moments each day to pause and bring our attention to the present moment. By cultivating mindfulness in our daily lives, we can bring this awareness into our conversations and interactions with others. Listening mindfully. One of the key aspects of mindful communication is listening with full presence and intention. When we listen mindfully, we give our undivided attention to the speaker, without interrupting or formulating our response in our minds. We listen not only to the words being spoken but also to the underlying emotions and intentions behind them. By listening mindfully, we can create a safe and supportive space for the speaker to express themselves fully. Speaking mindfully. Mindful communication also involves speaking with intention and awareness. Before speaking, we can take a moment to reflect on our words and consider their impact. Are our words truthful, kind, and aligned with our intentions? By speaking mindfully, we can avoid unnecessary conflicts, misunderstandings, and hurtful words. We can express ourselves authentically while still being mindful of the impact our words may have on others. Nonverbal communication. Mindful communication extends beyond words. It also involves being aware of our nonverbal cues, such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. These nonverbal cues can often convey more than our words alone. By paying attention to our nonverbal communication, we can ensure that our body language and tone are congruent with our words, fostering trust and understanding in our interactions. Mindful conflict resolution. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship, but how we approach and navigate conflict can greatly impact the outcome. Mindful communication can help us approach conflicts with compassion, empathy, and a willingness to understand the other person's perspective. By staying present and mindful during conflicts, we can avoid reactive and defensive responses, and instead, respond with clarity and understanding. Mindful conflict resolution allows us to find common ground, explore creative solutions, and strengthen our relationships. Mindful communication in daily life. Practicing mindful communication is not limited to formal conversations or conflicts. It can be applied to all aspects of our daily lives, from casual conversations with friends and family to professional interactions. By bringing mindfulness into our communication, we can cultivate deeper connections, foster empathy and understanding, and create a more harmonious and compassionate world. In conclusion, mindfulness in communication is a transformative practice that can greatly enhance our relationships and connections with others. By being fully present, listening attentively, and speaking with intention, we can cultivate deeper empathy, understanding, and authenticity in our interactions. Mindful communication allows us to express ourselves authentically while fostering a greater sense of connection and compassion. Through regular practice and conscious effort, we can harness the power of mindful communication to create positive change in our relationships and the world around us. Enhancing connection through presence. Presence is a powerful tool that can greatly enhance our ability to connect with others. When we are fully present in our interactions, we are able to truly listen, understand, and respond with empathy and authenticity. In this section, we will explore the various ways in which presence can enhance our connections and provide practical techniques for cultivating presence in our communication. The power of presence. Presence is the state of being fully engaged and attentive in the present moment. It involves setting aside distractions, judgments, and preconceived notions, and immersing ourselves in the here and now. When we are present, we are able to give our undivided attention to the person we are communicating with, creating a space for deep connection and understanding. Presence has the power to transform our interactions in several ways. Firstly, it allows us to truly listen to others. When we are fully present, we are not just hearing the words being spoken, but also picking up on the nuances of tone, body language, and emotions. This enables us to understand the underlying message and respond in a way that is empathetic and supportive. Secondly, presence helps us to cultivate empathy. By being fully present, we are able to put ourselves in the shoes of the other person, experiencing their emotions and perspectives. This deep level of understanding allows us to respond with compassion and kindness, fostering a sense of connection and trust. Lastly, presence enhances our authenticity. When we are fully present, we are able to express ourselves honestly and openly, without the filters of judgment or self-consciousness. This authenticity creates a safe space for others to do the same, leading to more meaningful and genuine connections. Cultivating presence. Cultivating presence is a practice that requires intention and effort. Here are some techniques that can help us develop and enhance our presence in communication. Mindful breathing. Taking a few deep breaths before and during a conversation can help us center ourselves and bring our attention to the present moment. Focusing on the sensation of the breath can anchor us in the here and now, allowing us to be fully present with the other person. Non-judgmental awareness. Practice observing your thoughts and judgments without attaching to them. Instead of getting caught up in your own internal dialogue, simply notice the thoughts and let them pass. This allows you to be more present and attentive to the person in front of you. Active listening. Engage in active listening by giving your full attention to the speaker. Maintain eye contact, nod and provide verbal cues to show that you are actively listening. Avoid interrupting or formulating your response while the other person is speaking. Instead, focus on understanding their perspective and validating their feelings. Letting go of distractions. In our modern world filled with constant distractions, it is important to consciously set aside time and space for focused communication. Put away your phone, close your laptop, and create an environment that is free from distractions. This allows you to fully engage with the person you are communicating with. Practicing mindfulness. Incorporate mindfulness into your daily life to cultivate presence. Engage in activities such as meditation, yoga, or mindful walking to train your mind to be more present and aware. The more you practice mindfulness, the easier it becomes to bring that presence into your interactions with others. The impact of presence on connection. When we bring presence into our communication, we create an environment that is conducive to deep connection and understanding. By being fully present, we signal to the other person that they are important and valued, which in turn fosters trust and openness. Presence also allows us to pick up on subtle cues and nonverbal communication, enabling us to respond in a way that is attuned to the other person's needs and emotions. This level of attentiveness and understanding strengthens the connection and creates a sense of safety and support. Furthermore, presence helps us to cultivate empathy and compassion. By fully immersing ourselves in the present moment, we are able to truly understand and empathize with the other person's experiences and emotions. This empathy forms the foundation for deep connection and meaningful relationships. In conclusion, presence is a powerful tool that can greatly enhance our ability to connect with others. By cultivating presence in our communication, we are able to truly listen, understand, and respond with empathy and authenticity. Through the practice of mindful breathing, non-judgmental awareness, active listening, letting go of distractions, and mindfulness, we can develop and enhance our presence. The impact of presence on connection is profound, as it creates an environment of trust, understanding, and empathy. By being fully present, we can forge deeper connections and foster meaningful relationships in our personal and professional lives. Chapter 6: Cultivating Empathy. Understanding empathy. Empathy is a fundamental aspect of human connection. It is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. When we cultivate empathy, we open ourselves up to truly connecting with others on a deeper level. In this chapter, we will explore the concept of empathy, its importance in communication, and how we can develop and practice empathy in our daily lives. The importance of empathy. Empathy is the bridge that allows us to connect with others on an emotional level. It is the ability to put ourselves in someone else's shoes, to understand their perspective, and to feel what they are feeling. When we practice empathy, we create a safe and supportive space for others to express themselves authentically. This fosters trust, understanding, and compassion in our relationships. Empathy is not only beneficial for the person receiving it but also for the person expressing it. When we empathize with others, we expand our own understanding of the human experience. We become more aware of the diversity of emotions and perspectives that exist in the world. This awareness helps us become more open-minded, tolerant, and accepting of others. Developing empathy. Empathy is a skill that can be developed and strengthened with practice. Here are some practices that can help us cultivate empathy. Active listening. Active listening is a powerful tool for developing empathy. It involves fully focusing on the speaker, giving them our undivided attention, and being present in the moment. When we actively listen, we not only hear the words being spoken but also pay attention to the speaker's body language, tone of voice, and emotions. This allows us to gain a deeper understanding of their experience and perspective. To practice active listening, we can maintain eye contact with the speaker. Avoid interrupting or interjecting our own thoughts. Use nonverbal cues such as nodding or smiling to show that we are engaged. Reflect back what the speaker has said to ensure understanding. Perspective taking. Perspective taking is the ability to imagine ourselves in someone else's situation and understand how they might be feeling. It requires us to step outside of our own experiences and biases and consider the world from another person's point of view. By practicing perspective taking, we can develop a greater sense of empathy and understanding towards others. To practice perspective taking, we can Imagine ourselves in the other person's position and try to see the situation from their perspective. Consider their background, experiences, and beliefs that may influence their feelings and actions. Ask open-ended questions to encourage them to share more about their thoughts and emotions. Cultivating compassion. Compassion is closely linked to empathy. It is the desire to alleviate the suffering of others and to show kindness and understanding towards them. By cultivating compassion, we can deepen our empathy and strengthen our connections with others. To cultivate compassion, we can practice self-compassion by being kind and understanding towards ourselves. Engage in acts of kindness and service towards others. Practice forgiveness and let go of grudges or resentments. Empathy in action. Empathy is not just a passive feeling, it is a call to action. When we empathize with others, we are motivated to help and support them in any way we can. Empathy in action involves taking steps to understand and meet the needs of others, to offer support and comfort, and to create a sense of belonging and connection. Here are some ways we can put empathy into action. Offer a listening ear to someone who is going through a difficult time. Validate and acknowledge someone's feelings and experiences. Show kindness and compassion towards others, even in small ways. Volunteer or engage in acts of service to help those in need. Advocate for social justice and equality. Empathy and connection. Empathy is a powerful tool for building and maintaining authentic and meaningful relationships. When we empathize with others, we create a safe and supportive space for them to express themselves. This fosters trust, understanding, and connection. Empathy also helps us navigate conflicts and disagreements more effectively. By understanding and acknowledging the feelings and perspectives of others, we can find common ground and work towards resolution. In conclusion, empathy is a vital skill for effective and mindful communication. By understanding and practicing empathy, we can deepen our connections with others, foster understanding and compassion, and create a more harmonious and interconnected world. Practices for developing empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It is a fundamental aspect of mindful communication and plays a crucial role in building meaningful connections with others. Developing empathy requires practice and a willingness to step into someone else's shoes, to truly listen and understand their experiences and emotions. In this section, we will explore various practices that can help cultivate empathy and deepen our connections with others. Cultivating self-compassion. Before we can extend empathy to others, it is essential to cultivate self-compassion. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, especially during challenging times. By developing self-compassion, we become more attuned to our own emotions and can better empathize with the experiences of others. Some practices for cultivating self-compassion include mindful self-reflection. Take time each day to reflect on your emotions, thoughts, and experiences without judgment. Practice self-compassion by acknowledging and accepting your feelings, even if they are difficult or uncomfortable. Self-care. Engage in activities that nourish and replenish your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Prioritize self-care practices such as exercise, meditation, spending time in nature, or engaging in hobbies that bring you joy. Positive affirmations. Use positive affirmations to cultivate self-compassion and challenge self-critical thoughts. Repeat affirmations such as, "I am worthy of love and understanding," or "I am deserving of compassion and empathy." Active listening. Active listening is a powerful tool for developing empathy and fostering deeper connections with others. It involves fully engaging with the speaker, both verbally and nonverbally, and demonstrating genuine interest in their words and experiences. Some practices for active listening include nonverbal cues. Use nonverbal cues such as maintaining eye contact, nodding, and leaning in slightly to show that you are fully present and attentive to the speaker. Reflective listening. Reflect back what the speaker has said to ensure understanding and to validate their experiences. Paraphrase their words and ask clarifying questions to demonstrate your engagement and interest. Avoid interrupting. Allow the speaker to express themselves fully without interrupting or interjecting your own thoughts or opinions. Practice patience and give them the space to share their perspective. Perspective taking. Perspective taking is the ability to imagine oneself in another person's situation and understand their thoughts, feelings, and motivations. It is a key practice for developing empathy and fostering deeper connections. Some practices for perspective taking include role playing. Engage in role playing exercises where you take on the perspective of another person. This can help you gain insight into their experiences and emotions. Empathy mapping. Create empathy maps by visually representing the thoughts, feelings, and needs of another person. This exercise can help you develop a deeper understanding of their perspective. Active imagination. Use your imagination to put yourself in someone else's shoes. Visualize their experiences and try to understand how they might be feeling in a particular situation. Cultivating curiosity and open-mindedness. Curiosity and open-mindedness are essential qualities for developing empathy. They involve approaching conversations and interactions with a genuine desire to learn and understand. Some practices for cultivating curiosity and open-mindedness include suspending judgment. Practice suspending judgment when engaging in conversations. Instead of immediately forming opinions, listen with an open mind and seek to understand the other person's perspective. Asking open-ended questions. Ask open-ended questions that encourage the speaker to share more about their experiences and emotions. This can help you gain a deeper understanding of their perspective. Seeking diverse perspectives. Actively seek out diverse perspectives and experiences. Engage in conversations with people from different backgrounds, cultures, and beliefs to broaden your understanding of the world. By incorporating these practices into our daily lives, we can develop empathy and deepen our connections with others. Cultivating empathy is an ongoing process that requires patience, practice, and a genuine commitment to understanding and supporting others. As we become more empathetic, we create a ripple effect of compassion and understanding, fostering a more connected and compassionate world. Empathy in action. Empathy is not just a concept or a feeling, it is a way of being in the world. It is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, to put ourselves in their shoes and truly connect with their experiences. In this section, we will explore how empathy can be put into action in our daily lives, and how it can transform our relationships and the world around us. Empathy in everyday interactions. Empathy is not limited to grand gestures or extraordinary acts of kindness. It can be practiced in our everyday interactions, in the way we communicate and relate to others. One of the simplest ways to practice empathy is through active listening. When we truly listen to someone, without judgment or interruption, we create a space for them to be heard and understood. We can show empathy by nodding, maintaining eye contact, and providing verbal cues that we are engaged and present. Another way to put empathy into action is by validating someone's feelings. When someone shares their emotions with us, we can acknowledge and validate their experience by saying things like, "I can understand why you feel that way," or, "It makes sense that you would feel that." This simple act of validation can go a long way in making someone feel seen and understood. Empathy in action also involves being curious and asking open-ended questions. By asking questions that invite others to share more about their experiences, we demonstrate a genuine interest in understanding them better. This can deepen our connection with others and foster a sense of trust and openness. Empathy in challenging situations. Empathy becomes even more crucial in challenging situations, such as conflicts or disagreements. When we approach these situations with empathy, we can create a safe and supportive environment for resolution and growth. One way to practice empathy in challenging situations is by actively seeking to understand the other person's perspective. Instead of focusing solely on our own point of view, we can try to put ourselves in their shoes and see the situation from their vantage point. This can help us find common ground and work towards a mutually beneficial solution. Empathy in action also involves acknowledging and validating the emotions of others, even if we may not agree with their actions or decisions. By recognizing and empathizing with their feelings, we can create a space for open and honest communication. This can lead to a deeper understanding of each other's needs and motivations, paving the way for resolution and reconciliation. Empathy and social change. Empathy is not only a powerful tool for personal growth and connection, it also has the potential to drive social change. When we cultivate empathy towards others, especially those who are different from us, we can break down barriers and foster a sense of unity and compassion. Empathy allows us to see beyond our own experiences and understand the struggles and challenges faced by others. This understanding can motivate us to take action and work towards creating a more just and inclusive society. Empathy in action in the context of social change involves actively listening to marginalized voices, amplifying their stories, and advocating for their rights. It means standing up against injustice and using our privilege and resources to uplift others. By practicing empathy in our interactions and engaging in acts of empathy on a larger scale, we can contribute to creating a more empathetic and compassionate world. Cultivating empathy in ourselves. To put empathy into action, we must first cultivate it within ourselves. This involves developing self-awareness and compassion towards ourselves. When we are kind and understanding towards ourselves, we are better able to extend that kindness and understanding to others. Practicing self-care and self-compassion is an essential part of cultivating empathy. Taking the time to nurture our own well-being allows us to show up fully for others and be present in their experiences. It also helps us recognize and manage our own biases and judgments, allowing us to approach others with an open and empathetic mindset. In conclusion, empathy in action is about actively practicing empathy in our everyday interactions, especially in challenging situations. It involves active listening, validating others' feelings, asking open-ended questions, and seeking to understand different perspectives. Empathy in action also extends to social change, where we use empathy to drive positive transformation in our communities and society. By cultivating empathy within ourselves and putting it into action, we can create deeper connections, resolve conflicts, and contribute to a more empathetic and compassionate world. Empathy and connection. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It is a fundamental aspect of human connection and plays a crucial role in building and maintaining relationships. When we cultivate empathy, we develop a deeper understanding of others, their experiences, and their perspectives. This understanding allows us to connect with them on a more profound level, fostering trust, compassion, and mutual respect. Empathy and connection go hand in hand. When we empathize with someone, we are able to put ourselves in their shoes and see the world from their perspective. This creates a bridge between us, allowing us to relate to their emotions and experiences. By acknowledging and validating their feelings, we create a safe space for open and honest communication. Empathy is not just about understanding someone's emotions, it also involves actively listening to them without judgment. When we listen empathetically, we give our full attention to the other person, seeking to understand their thoughts and feelings without interrupting or imposing our own opinions. This deep level of listening allows us to connect with others on a profound level, making them feel heard, valued, and understood. In cultivating empathy, it is essential to practice self-awareness and self-reflection. By understanding our own emotions and experiences, we can better empathize with others. When we are aware of our own biases, assumptions, and triggers, we can approach conversations with an open mind and a willingness to learn from others. This self-awareness also helps us recognize when we may be projecting our own emotions onto someone else, allowing us to separate our own experiences from theirs. Practicing empathy requires us to step outside of our own perspectives and embrace the diversity of human experiences. It involves being curious and open-minded, seeking to understand different cultures, backgrounds, and beliefs. By embracing diversity, we expand our capacity for empathy and connection, fostering a sense of belonging and interconnectedness with others. Empathy is not limited to one-on-one interactions. It extends to our interactions with groups and communities as well. When we empathize with a community, we recognize the collective experiences and challenges they face. This understanding allows us to connect with the community on a deeper level, fostering a sense of solidarity and shared purpose. Empathy also plays a crucial role in conflict resolution. When we approach conflicts with empathy, we are better able to understand the underlying emotions and needs of all parties involved. This understanding allows us to find common ground and work towards a mutually beneficial resolution. By practicing empathy in conflict, we can transform disagreements into opportunities for growth and connection. In conclusion, empathy is a powerful tool for building and maintaining connections with others. By cultivating empathy, we develop a deeper understanding of others, their experiences, and their perspectives. This understanding allows us to connect with them on a more profound level, fostering trust, compassion, and mutual respect. Empathy is not limited to one-on-one interactions. It extends to our interactions with groups and communities as well. By embracing diversity and practicing empathy, we foster a sense of belonging and interconnectedness with others and the world around us. Chapter 7: Building Authentic Relationships. Authenticity in relationships. Authenticity is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. When we are authentic, we show up as our true selves, without pretense or masks. We allow others to see us for who we truly are, and in turn, we create a space for them to do the same. Authenticity in relationships is about being genuine, vulnerable, and honest. It is about embracing our imperfections and embracing the imperfections of others. Embracing vulnerability. Authenticity requires us to embrace vulnerability. It is through vulnerability that we can truly connect with others on a deep and meaningful level. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open ourselves up to the possibility of rejection and hurt. However, it is in this vulnerability that we also find the potential for love, connection, and growth. To embrace vulnerability in our relationships, we must first cultivate self-acceptance. We need to acknowledge and embrace our own imperfections, insecurities, and fears. By accepting ourselves fully, we create a solid foundation from which we can build authentic connections with others. Honesty and transparency. Authenticity in relationships also requires honesty and transparency. It is about being open and truthful in our communication with others. When we are honest and transparent, we build trust and create an environment where both parties feel safe to express themselves fully. Being honest and transparent means speaking our truth, even when it may be uncomfortable or difficult. It means expressing our thoughts, feelings, and needs openly and respectfully. It also means being willing to listen to and accept the truth of others, even if it challenges our own beliefs or desires. Respecting boundaries. Authenticity in relationships also involves respecting boundaries. Each individual has their own unique boundaries, which define what they are comfortable with and what they are not. Respecting these boundaries is essential for creating a safe and trusting environment. Respecting boundaries means recognizing and honoring the personal space, emotional limits, and privacy of others. It means seeking consent before sharing personal information or engaging in physical contact. It also means being mindful of the impact our words and actions may have on others and adjusting accordingly. Cultivating trust. Trust is the cornerstone of authentic relationships. Without trust, it is difficult to truly connect with others and build meaningful connections. Trust is built over time through consistent actions and behaviors that demonstrate reliability, honesty, and integrity. To cultivate trust in our relationships, we must be reliable and consistent in our words and actions. We need to follow through on our commitments and be accountable for our mistakes. Trust is also built through active listening and empathy, as it shows that we genuinely care about the other person's thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Embracing imperfections. Authenticity in relationships requires us to embrace imperfections, both in ourselves and in others. None of us are perfect, and expecting perfection from ourselves or others only leads to disappointment and disconnection. By embracing imperfections, we create a space for growth, learning, and understanding. We allow ourselves and others to make mistakes, learn from them, and grow together. Embracing imperfections also means being compassionate and forgiving towards ourselves and others when mistakes are made. Building emotional intimacy. Authentic relationships are characterized by emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy is the ability to be vulnerable, open, and deeply connected with another person. It is about sharing our innermost thoughts, feelings, and desires without fear of judgment or rejection. Building emotional intimacy requires active listening, empathy, and a willingness to be present with the other person. It involves creating a safe and non-judgmental space where both parties feel comfortable expressing themselves fully. Emotional intimacy is nurtured through ongoing communication, trust, and mutual understanding. In conclusion, authenticity is the key to building and maintaining meaningful relationships. It requires embracing vulnerability, practicing honesty and transparency, respecting boundaries, cultivating trust, embracing imperfections, and building emotional intimacy. When we show up authentically in our relationships, we create a space for deep connection, understanding, and growth. Creating meaningful connections. Creating meaningful connections is at the heart of building authentic relationships. It involves going beyond surface-level interactions and truly engaging with others on a deeper level. When we create meaningful connections, we establish a sense of trust, understanding, and mutual respect. These connections not only enrich our lives but also contribute to a more compassionate and interconnected world. The importance of authenticity. Authenticity is the foundation of meaningful connections. When we are authentic, we show up as our true selves, without pretenses or masks. This allows others to see and connect with us on a genuine level. Authenticity creates a safe space for vulnerability and fosters a sense of trust and openness in our relationships. To cultivate authenticity, it is essential to be self-aware and in touch with our values, beliefs, and emotions. When we are aware of our own inner landscape, we can express ourselves honestly and transparently. This authenticity invites others to do the same, creating a space for genuine connection and understanding. Active listening and empathy. Active listening and empathy are powerful tools for creating meaningful connections. When we actively listen, we give our full attention to the speaker, without judgment or interruption. This allows us to truly understand their perspective and experiences. Empathy, on the other hand, involves putting ourselves in the other person's shoes and experiencing their emotions and thoughts. To practice active listening, we can focus on the speaker's words, body language, and emotions. We can also ask clarifying questions and provide verbal and nonverbal cues to show that we are fully present and engaged. Empathy can be cultivated by actively seeking to understand the other person's feelings and experiences, and by validating their emotions without judgment. By combining active listening and empathy, we create a space where others feel heard, understood, and valued. This deepens our connections and fosters a sense of belonging and trust. Vulnerability and trust. Meaningful connections require vulnerability and trust. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open ourselves up to the possibility of being hurt or rejected. However, it is through vulnerability that we can truly connect with others on a deep level. To cultivate vulnerability, it is important to create a safe and non-judgmental space for ourselves and others. This involves practicing empathy, active listening, and nonviolent communication. When we feel safe to express our true thoughts and emotions, we invite others to do the same. Trust is built over time through consistent and reliable actions. It is important to be honest, keep our promises, and respect boundaries. Trust allows us to feel secure in our relationships and creates a solid foundation for meaningful connections. Cultivating gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude and appreciation are essential in creating meaningful connections. When we express gratitude, we acknowledge and value the contributions and qualities of others. This fosters a sense of appreciation and strengthens our connections. To cultivate gratitude and appreciation, we can practice mindfulness and focus on the positive aspects of our relationships. We can express our gratitude through words, gestures, or acts of kindness. By showing appreciation, we create a positive and nurturing environment that encourages deeper connections. Authentic communication. Authentic communication is the key to creating and maintaining meaningful connections. It involves expressing ourselves honestly, respectfully, and in alignment with our values. Authentic communication allows us to be vulnerable, share our true thoughts and emotions, and invite others to do the same. To practice authentic communication, it is important to be self-aware and mindful of our intentions and emotions. We can use I statements to express our feelings and needs, and actively listen to others without judgment. Authentic communication requires active engagement, empathy, and a willingness to be open and vulnerable. By practicing authentic communication, we create an environment where trust, understanding, and connection can flourish. It allows us to build and maintain meaningful relationships that enrich our lives and contribute to a more compassionate and interconnected world. Creating meaningful connections is a lifelong journey that requires continuous practice and self-reflection. By cultivating authenticity, practicing active listening and empathy, nurturing vulnerability and trust, expressing gratitude and appreciation, and engaging in authentic communication, we can create and maintain deep and meaningful connections with others. These connections not only enhance our own well-being but also contribute to a more compassionate and interconnected world. Maintaining authentic relationships. Maintaining authentic relationships requires ongoing effort and commitment. It is not enough to simply build connections. We must also nurture and sustain them. In this chapter, we will explore strategies and practices for maintaining authentic relationships through mindful communication. Cultivating trust and openness. Trust is the foundation of any authentic relationship. Without trust, it is challenging to establish a deep and meaningful connection with others. To maintain trust, it is essential to be consistent in our words and actions. We must follow through on our commitments and be reliable. When we make promises, we need to ensure that we fulfill them. By doing so, we demonstrate our integrity and build trust with others. Openness is another crucial element in maintaining authentic relationships. It involves being vulnerable and sharing our thoughts, feelings, and experiences with others. When we are open, we create a safe space for others to do the same. This vulnerability fosters a deeper level of connection and allows for genuine understanding and empathy. Effective communication. Effective communication is vital for maintaining authentic relationships. It involves active listening, speaking truthfully, and expressing ourselves with kindness and respect. When we actively listen to others, we show them that we value their perspective and are genuinely interested in understanding them. This deepens the connection and strengthens the relationship. Speaking truthfully is equally important. Authentic relationships are built on honesty and transparency. When we speak truthfully, we build trust and credibility with others. However, it is essential to deliver our truth with kindness and compassion, considering the impact our words may have on others. By doing so, we maintain the integrity of the relationship while still expressing our thoughts and feelings. Regular check-ins. Regular check-ins are essential for maintaining authentic relationships. These check-ins involve taking the time to connect with others and inquire about their well-being. It shows that we care and are invested in the relationship. Regular check-ins can be as simple as a phone call, a text message, or meeting for a cup of coffee. By consistently reaching out and showing interest, we strengthen the bond and ensure that the relationship remains a priority. Resolving conflicts with compassion. Conflicts are inevitable in any relationship. How we handle conflicts can either strengthen or weaken the authenticity of the relationship. When conflicts arise, it is crucial to approach them with compassion and a willingness to understand the other person's perspective. Active listening and empathy play a significant role in conflict resolution. By genuinely listening to the other person's concerns and validating their feelings, we create a space for open dialogue and find mutually beneficial solutions. Honoring boundaries. Respecting and honoring boundaries is essential for maintaining authentic relationships. Each person has their own limits and needs, and it is crucial to acknowledge and respect them. By honoring boundaries, we show others that we value and care for their well-being. It is essential to communicate our own boundaries as well, ensuring that both parties feel comfortable and respected within the relationship. Practicing gratitude. Expressing gratitude is a powerful way to maintain authentic relationships. Taking the time to acknowledge and appreciate the people in our lives strengthens the bond and fosters a sense of connection. By expressing gratitude, we show others that we value and cherish their presence. It can be as simple as saying, "Thank you," or writing a heartfelt note of appreciation. These small acts of gratitude go a long way in maintaining and nurturing authentic relationships. Self-reflection and growth. Maintaining authentic relationships also requires self-reflection and personal growth. It is essential to examine our own behaviors and attitudes within the relationship and identify areas for improvement. By taking responsibility for our actions and continuously striving to become better versions of ourselves, we contribute to the growth and development of the relationship. Self-reflection allows us to identify patterns, triggers, and areas where we may need to adjust our communication style to better support the authenticity of the relationship. In conclusion, maintaining authentic relationships requires ongoing effort, effective communication, trust, openness, regular check-ins, conflict resolution with compassion, honoring boundaries, practicing gratitude, and self-reflection. By implementing these strategies and practices, we can cultivate and sustain meaningful connections with others, fostering a sense of authenticity, trust, and mutual understanding. Nurturing connection and trust. Building authentic relationships requires more than just initial connection and maintaining them. It involves nurturing the connection and trust that underpin these relationships. In this chapter, we will explore the importance of nurturing connection and trust, and provide practical strategies for doing so through mindful communication. Cultivating trust. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship. It is the belief that we can rely on and have confidence in another person. Trust allows us to feel safe, vulnerable, and open in our interactions. Without trust, relationships can become strained and fragile. To cultivate trust, it is essential to be consistent in our words and actions. When we say we will do something, following through on our commitments builds trust. It is also important to be honest and transparent in our communication. Being truthful, even when it is difficult, demonstrates integrity and fosters trust. Another key aspect of cultivating trust is active listening. When we truly listen to others, we show them that their thoughts, feelings, and experiences matter. This validation creates a sense of trust and deepens the connection between individuals. Building emotional connection. Emotional connection is the ability to understand and empathize with others on a deeper level. It involves being attuned to their emotions, needs, and desires. Building emotional connection requires genuine care and interest in the well-being of others. One way to build emotional connection is through empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. By putting ourselves in someone else's shoes, we can better understand their perspective and connect with them on a deeper level. Practicing empathy involves active listening, asking open-ended questions, and validating the emotions of others. Another way to build emotional connection is by expressing vulnerability. When we share our own emotions and experiences, it creates a safe space for others to do the same. This vulnerability fosters trust and deepens the emotional connection between individuals. Practicing gratitude and appreciation. Expressing gratitude and appreciation is a powerful way to nurture connection and trust in relationships. When we acknowledge and appreciate the positive qualities and actions of others, it strengthens the bond between individuals. Practicing gratitude involves actively seeking out the good in others and expressing our appreciation for it. This can be done through verbal expressions of gratitude, such as saying, "Thank you," or complimenting someone's efforts. It can also be done through nonverbal gestures, such as a smile or a kind gesture. By regularly practicing gratitude and appreciation, we create a positive and supportive environment that fosters connection and trust. Honoring boundaries. Respecting and honoring boundaries is crucial for nurturing connection and trust in relationships. Boundaries are the limits we set for ourselves and communicate to others about what is acceptable and what is not. To honor boundaries, it is important to listen and respect the needs and boundaries of others. This involves asking for consent, seeking permission, and being mindful of personal space and privacy. When we honor boundaries, we create a safe and respectful environment that allows for open and authentic communication. Cultivating forgiveness. Forgiveness is an essential aspect of nurturing connection and trust in relationships. It involves letting go of resentment, anger, and grudges towards others. Forgiveness allows us to move forward and rebuild trust after conflicts or misunderstandings. To cultivate forgiveness, it is important to practice empathy and understanding. By putting ourselves in the shoes of others and seeking to understand their perspective, we can find compassion and empathy, which are essential for forgiveness. It is also important to communicate openly and honestly about our feelings and needs, allowing for healing and reconciliation. By cultivating forgiveness, we create a space for growth, understanding, and deeper connection in our relationships. Conclusion. Nurturing connection and trust is an ongoing process that requires conscious effort and practice. By cultivating trust, building emotional connection, practicing gratitude and appreciation, honoring boundaries, and cultivating forgiveness, we can create and maintain authentic and meaningful relationships. These strategies, combined with the principles of mindful communication, empower us to foster deeper connections and enhance the quality of our relationships. Chapter 8: Expanding Connection. Connecting beyond circles. Expanding our connections beyond our immediate circles is an essential aspect of fostering a sense of belonging and interconnectedness with others and the world. While our immediate circles may provide us with a sense of comfort and familiarity, there is a vast world out there waiting to be explored and connected with. By reaching out and connecting with individuals and communities outside of our usual circles, we open ourselves up to new perspectives, experiences, and opportunities for growth. Embracing diversity. One of the most powerful ways to connect beyond our circles is by embracing diversity. Diversity encompasses a wide range of differences, including but not limited to race, ethnicity, gender, age, religion, socioeconomic status, and cultural background. When we actively seek out and engage with individuals who are different from us, we expand our understanding of the world and challenge our own biases and assumptions. Embracing diversity requires an open mind and a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones. It involves actively seeking out opportunities to connect with individuals and communities that may have different perspectives, beliefs, and experiences. By doing so, we not only broaden our own horizons but also contribute to creating a more inclusive and interconnected society. Building bridges of connection. Building bridges of connection is about finding common ground and shared experiences with individuals and communities outside of our immediate circles. It is about recognizing our shared humanity and the universal desire for connection and understanding. By focusing on what unites us rather than what divides us, we can bridge the gaps that exist between different groups and foster a sense of belonging and interconnectedness. Building bridges of connection requires active listening, empathy, and a genuine desire to understand and learn from others. It involves engaging in meaningful conversations, asking questions, and being open to different perspectives. By seeking commonalities and shared values, we can build connections that transcend superficial differences and create a sense of unity and belonging. Engaging in community service. Engaging in community service is another powerful way to connect beyond our circles. By volunteering our time and skills to support causes and organizations that align with our values, we not only contribute to positive change but also connect with individuals who share our passion for making a difference. Community service allows us to step outside of our own lives and experiences and gain a deeper understanding of the challenges and needs of others. It provides an opportunity to connect with individuals from diverse backgrounds and build relationships based on shared goals and values. Through community service, we can create lasting connections and make a meaningful impact on the lives of others. Cultivating global awareness. In an increasingly interconnected world, cultivating global awareness is crucial for expanding our connections beyond our immediate circles. Global awareness involves staying informed about global issues, understanding the interconnectedness of our actions and choices, and recognizing our responsibility as global citizens. Cultivating global awareness can be done through various means, such as reading international news, engaging in cross-cultural exchanges, and participating in global initiatives and movements. By broadening our perspective to include global issues and concerns, we can connect with individuals and communities from around the world who share our commitment to creating a better future for all. Embracing technology for connection. In today's digital age, technology provides us with unprecedented opportunities to connect with individuals and communities beyond our immediate circles. Social media platforms, online forums, and virtual communities allow us to engage with people from different backgrounds and cultures, regardless of geographical boundaries. Embracing technology for connection requires mindful and intentional use. It is important to approach online interactions with empathy, respect, and a willingness to listen and learn. By leveraging technology as a tool for connection, we can overcome physical barriers and create meaningful relationships with individuals from all corners of the world. Creating a ripple effect. When we connect beyond our circles, we not only enrich our own lives but also have the potential to create a ripple effect of positive change. By fostering connections based on empathy, understanding, and shared values, we inspire others to do the same. Our actions and words have the power to influence and inspire those around us, creating a chain reaction of connection and belonging. By consciously choosing to connect beyond our circles, we contribute to building a more inclusive, compassionate, and interconnected world. Each connection we make has the potential to create a ripple effect that extends far beyond our immediate circles, fostering a sense of belonging and interconnectedness on a global scale. In the next section, we will explore the concept of fostering belonging and interconnectedness in more depth, examining practical strategies and tools for creating meaningful connections with others and the world. Fostering belonging and interconnectedness. In our fast-paced and interconnected world, it is easy to feel disconnected and isolated. We often find ourselves caught up in our own lives, focusing on our immediate circles and forgetting about the larger community around us. However, fostering a sense of belonging and interconnectedness is crucial for our well-being and the well-being of the world as a whole. Embracing diversity. One of the first steps in fostering belonging and interconnectedness is embracing diversity. Our world is made up of people from different backgrounds, cultures, and perspectives. By embracing diversity, we open ourselves up to new experiences, ideas, and ways of thinking. We begin to see the beauty in our differences and recognize the value that each individual brings to the table. To embrace diversity, we must be willing to step outside of our comfort zones and engage with people who are different from us. This may involve seeking out new friendships, attending cultural events, or participating in community activities. By actively seeking out diverse experiences, we expand our understanding of the world and develop a greater sense of interconnectedness. Cultivating empathy for others. Empathy is a powerful tool for fostering belonging and interconnectedness. When we cultivate empathy, we develop the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. This allows us to connect on a deeper level and build meaningful relationships. To cultivate empathy, we must practice active listening and strive to understand others' perspectives. This involves setting aside our own judgments and preconceived notions and truly listening to what others have to say. By putting ourselves in their shoes, we can gain a better understanding of their experiences and emotions. Additionally, practicing self-compassion is essential for cultivating empathy. When we are kind and understanding towards ourselves, we are better able to extend that kindness and understanding to others. By taking care of our own well-being, we are better equipped to support and connect with those around us. Creating inclusive spaces. Creating inclusive spaces is another important aspect of fostering belonging and interconnectedness. Inclusive spaces are environments where everyone feels welcome, valued, and respected. These spaces promote open dialogue, collaboration, and the sharing of diverse perspectives. To create inclusive spaces, we must actively challenge and dismantle any biases or prejudices we may hold. This requires self-reflection and a willingness to confront our own biases. We must also be open to feedback and willing to learn from our mistakes. Inclusive spaces also require active participation from everyone involved. It is important to create opportunities for all voices to be heard and to ensure that everyone feels comfortable expressing themselves. By creating inclusive spaces, we foster a sense of belonging and interconnectedness, where everyone's contributions are valued and appreciated. Engaging in community service. Engaging in community service is a powerful way to foster belonging and interconnectedness. By giving back to our communities, we not only make a positive impact but also develop a sense of connection and purpose. Community service allows us to connect with others who share similar values and goals. It provides an opportunity to work together towards a common cause, fostering a sense of unity and interconnectedness. Through community service, we also gain a deeper understanding of the challenges and needs of our communities, which can further strengthen our sense of belonging. Engaging in community service can take many forms, from volunteering at local organizations to participating in fundraising events. The key is to find a cause that resonates with you and aligns with your values. By actively engaging in community service, we contribute to the well-being of others and foster a sense of belonging and interconnectedness. Practicing gratitude. Practicing gratitude is a simple yet powerful way to foster belonging and interconnectedness. When we express gratitude, we acknowledge and appreciate the contributions of others. This not only strengthens our relationships but also cultivates a sense of interconnectedness and unity. To practice gratitude, we can start by expressing appreciation for the people in our lives. This can be done through simple acts of kindness, such as sending a thank you note or expressing gratitude in person. We can also cultivate a daily gratitude practice, where we take a few moments each day to reflect on the things we are grateful for. By practicing gratitude, we shift our focus from what is lacking to what is present. We begin to recognize the interconnectedness of all things and develop a greater sense of belonging to the world around us. In conclusion, fostering belonging and interconnectedness is essential for our well-being and the well-being of the world. By embracing diversity, cultivating empathy, creating inclusive spaces, engaging in community service, and practicing gratitude, we can foster a sense of belonging and interconnectedness in our lives and in the world around us. Through mindful communication and intentional actions, we can build bridges of connection and create a more connected and compassionate world. Building bridges of connection. In our journey of mastering mindful communication, we have explored the power of words, the art of active listening, and the importance of being fully present in our interactions. We have also delved into the practices of empathy and building authentic relationships. Now, it is time to expand our connections beyond our immediate circles and build bridges of connection with others. Embracing diversity. Building bridges of connection requires us to embrace diversity and appreciate the richness that different perspectives bring to our lives. When we open ourselves up to engaging with people from diverse backgrounds, cultures, and experiences, we create opportunities for growth, learning, and connection. To embrace diversity, we must first acknowledge and challenge our own biases and prejudices. It is essential to recognize that our own experiences and beliefs may limit our understanding of the world. By actively seeking out diverse voices and perspectives, we can broaden our horizons and develop a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of humanity. Active listening and cross-cultural communication. When building bridges of connection with individuals from different cultures, active listening becomes even more crucial. Active listening involves not only hearing the words being spoken but also understanding the underlying emotions, values, and cultural nuances behind them. In cross-cultural communication, it is important to approach conversations with curiosity and an open mind. We should strive to understand the cultural context in which the other person is speaking and be willing to ask questions to clarify any misunderstandings. By actively listening and seeking to understand, we can bridge the gap between different cultures and foster meaningful connections. Cultivating empathy across differences. Empathy plays a vital role in building bridges of connection across differences. It allows us to step into the shoes of others, understand their experiences, and connect on a deeper level. Cultivating empathy requires us to set aside our own preconceived notions and judgments and truly listen to the stories and experiences of others. To cultivate empathy across differences, we can practice perspective taking. This involves imagining ourselves in someone else's situation and considering how we would feel and react. By doing so, we can develop a greater understanding and appreciation for the challenges and triumphs that others face. Finding common ground. Building bridges of connection also involves finding common ground with others. While we may come from different backgrounds and have diverse perspectives, there are often shared values, interests, or goals that can serve as a foundation for connection. To find common ground, we can engage in open and honest conversations, seeking areas of agreement and shared experiences. By focusing on what unites us rather than what divides us, we can build bridges of connection that transcend our differences. Engaging in collaborative projects. One powerful way to build bridges of connection is through collaborative projects. By working together towards a common goal, we can foster understanding, trust, and cooperation. Collaborative projects provide opportunities for individuals from different backgrounds to come together, share their expertise, and learn from one another. Through these projects, we can break down barriers, challenge stereotypes, and build lasting connections based on mutual respect and appreciation. Embracing global citizenship. Building bridges of connection goes beyond individual relationships. It also involves embracing our role as global citizens and recognizing our interconnectedness with the world. As global citizens, we have a responsibility to engage with global issues, advocate for social justice, and contribute to positive change. By actively participating in initiatives that promote equality, sustainability, and peace, we can build bridges of connection that transcend borders and create a more inclusive and harmonious world. Celebrating differences. Finally, building bridges of connection requires us to celebrate and honor our differences. Instead of viewing diversity as a source of division, we can embrace it as a source of strength and beauty. By celebrating our differences, we create an environment where everyone feels valued and respected. We can learn from one another, challenge our own assumptions, and grow as individuals and as a society. In conclusion, building bridges of connection is a transformative process that requires us to embrace diversity, actively listen, cultivate empathy, find common ground, engage in collaborative projects, embrace global citizenship, and celebrate differences. By doing so, we can create a world where meaningful connections are fostered, and a sense of belonging and interconnectedness is nurtured. Connection with the world. In our journey to master mindful communication and cultivate deeper connections, it is essential to expand our connection beyond our immediate circles and embrace a sense of interconnectedness with the world. Connection with the world involves recognizing our place in the larger web of life, understanding our impact on the environment, and fostering a sense of belonging to something greater than ourselves. Embracing interconnectedness. To truly connect with the world, we must first acknowledge and embrace the interconnectedness of all beings and the environment. Our actions and choices have ripple effects that extend far beyond our immediate surroundings. By recognizing that we are part of a larger ecosystem, we can develop a greater sense of responsibility and compassion towards the world. One way to cultivate this interconnectedness is through mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, we become more aware of the interdependent nature of our existence. We begin to see how our thoughts, words, and actions impact not only ourselves but also the people and environment around us. This awareness allows us to make more conscious choices that align with our values and contribute positively to the world. Environmental consciousness. Connection with the world also involves developing a deep appreciation and care for the environment. Our planet is a precious resource that sustains all life, and it is our responsibility to protect and preserve it for future generations. By cultivating environmental consciousness, we can make choices that minimize harm to the planet and promote sustainability. Practicing mindful communication in relation to the environment means being aware of the language we use when discussing environmental issues. It involves speaking truthfully about the challenges we face, but also speaking kindly and compassionately to inspire positive change. Mindful communication encourages us to engage in constructive dialogue, seek common ground, and work together towards sustainable solutions. Taking action. Connection with the world goes beyond awareness and understanding. It requires taking action. We have the power to make a difference through our choices, behaviors, and advocacy. By aligning our actions with our values, we can contribute to positive change and create a more connected and sustainable world. Taking action can involve simple everyday choices, such as reducing our carbon footprint, conserving resources, and supporting ethical and sustainable businesses. It can also involve getting involved in community initiatives, volunteering for environmental causes, or advocating for policy changes that prioritize the well-being of the planet. Cultivating gratitude. A crucial aspect of connection with the world is cultivating gratitude for the abundance and beauty that surrounds us. By practicing gratitude, we develop a deeper appreciation for the natural world and all the beings that inhabit it. Gratitude helps us shift our focus from what is lacking to what is present, fostering a sense of connection and contentment. Expressing gratitude for the world can be as simple as taking a moment each day to appreciate the beauty of nature, expressing thanks for the resources we have, or acknowledging the efforts of individuals and organizations working towards environmental conservation. By cultivating gratitude, we not only deepen our connection with the world but also inspire others to do the same. Inspiring others. As we deepen our connection with the world, we have the opportunity to inspire and empower others to do the same. By modeling mindful communication, environmental consciousness, and gratitude, we can influence those around us to become more aware and engaged in creating a better world. Through our words and actions, we can share our experiences, insights, and knowledge, encouraging others to explore their own connection with the world. By fostering a sense of belonging and interconnectedness, we create a ripple effect that extends far beyond our immediate circles, inspiring positive change on a larger scale. In conclusion, connection with the world is an integral part of mastering mindful communication. By embracing interconnectedness, cultivating environmental consciousness, taking action, cultivating gratitude, and inspiring others, we can create a more connected and sustainable world. Our words and actions have the power to shape the world we live in, and by mindfully choosing how we connect with the world, we can contribute to a more compassionate and harmonious global community. As we draw the pages of The Art of Connection, Mastering Mindful Communication to a close, we reflect on the journey we've embarked upon together. Through the guidance of Mindful Literary, we've delved into the profound impact that mindful communication has on our lives, relationships, and understanding of the world around us. We've explored the subtleties of human interaction, the power of our words, and the importance of listening with intention and empathy. This book was not just about learning techniques for effective communication. It was about recognizing the potential for transformation that lies within each exchange. From the nuanced art of expressing ourselves authentically to navigating conflicts with compassion, each chapter has offered insights into creating deeper, more meaningful connections with those around us. As you move forward from this reading experience, remember that the art of connection is a continuous journey. The skills and understanding you've gained are tools for life, meant to be practiced, refined, and shared. Mindful communication is about more than just speaking and listening. It's about fostering a world where every interaction is an opportunity for growth, understanding, and unity. Let the principles of the art of connection, mastering mindful communication, guide you in your daily interactions. May you approach each conversation with a renewed sense of purpose, a deeper level of presence, and a commitment to building bridges of understanding and empathy. The journey doesn't end here. It only begins anew with every word spoken and every silence shared. Thank you for allowing the art of connection to be a part of your journey. Here's to the conversations that will shape your world, to the relationships that will enrich your life, and to the moments of connection that will remind us of our shared humanity.